Love it. Oh, I think I just turned on the volume of the. Holy smokes!
Oh, that's really
there we
loud,
go.
too.
Sorry about that.
Zach, it's your world. We're just living in it.
How we
You wanna
doing,
turn on the
boys?
TV, you can.
Fired
How
up,
we doing?
man. I'm excited for good Thursday night football. Well, hopefully.
Should be a good
Thursday
game.
night
Should be
football.
a good game.
And then you guys are going to get it in a couple hours. But I know Evan Ingram and Dre Greenlaw matter. I'm a little nervous about John Franklin Myers' availability coming up on Sunday.
Same.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, man.
It's a big deal. He is the most underrated member of this defense. I think is that safe to say?
Oh, yeah. I would agree with
He
that.
would love that you just said that. And he probably would say, if I'm that big of a deal,
Pay me!
why don't I have a contract? But you guys are right. I mean, for John Franklin Myers, Zach, you and I talked about it a little bit yesterday. He was very quiet during that game.
He was.
And then he ends up on the injury report yesterday, ends up with some kind of knee, tweaked the knee. My guess is he got either rolled up on or got cut. That's usually what happens to those big boys. And now I don't know if he's going to be available for the game. Hopefully he is, because he is that anchor that helps Josh Allen out. He kind of takes pressure off of Josh Allen and also the pass rusher. Or Zach Allen.
You see,
Sorry,
he's on his mind.
Yeah.
See, don't let him do that to you.
I had to do a little research today for Josh Allen. That's what it is. Zach
Really?
Allen. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Why were you
know,
doing a dive on Joshua?
tight end play? You know, if we're talking about the tight ends today, I just want to be clear that Josh has some elite tight ends around him. Something like that, Zach.
Gotcha.
Are you in my business right now, man?
Gotcha. No. John Franklin Myers is a big deal, and for him personally, it's like you're in a contract year, and the guys to the left and right of you have gotten paid, and then the season starts, and then you get hurt in the first game. Again, he's a professional football player. He's made a lot of money. I know he's not playing for free. But at the same time, like, your heart does kind of go out to him a little bit, because he's the mouth that didn't get fed. And it's like, dude, I want to ball out, have a great year. And it starts by you not doing anything in the first game. And it might have been because you weren't 100% healthy.
But see, now this becomes the issue, because you are right. And it happened to me, contract year. I pressed, and I got hurt almost every single game. I remember talking to my dad and said, Pops, I could sneeze and get hurt. Like, I knew going into that next game I was probably going to get hurt. And so now,
This is 2020?
2020. And now for me, it's like the reason why I have to be out there is I have to show the coaching staff and I have to show the general manager, who was never around, that I really want to be here and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get this contract done. Obviously, it didn't help out. I ended up getting put on IR. The reason I'm bringing this up is for John Franklin Myers, he does have a little bit of money, but in his head, it's a contract year. And if I'm not ready to go and I'm not full go, I'm not going back out there until I'm healthy. Because if I go out there half of myself, then that's what I'm putting on film. And so 31 other teams, when they go to evaluate me, are going to say, this is why I didn't get paid and I'm not the same. So for John Franklin Myers, he's probably sitting there saying, if I'm not ready to play, I'm not going out.
See, I wondered that earlier, and I didn't say it out loud because I'm like, I don't know if that's unfair to John if I say it, but I like that you're saying it from the player's perspective of he's got some cachet in the league, right? Like, he's pretty well known for his position.
Yeah.
I think if something terrible were to happen and nobody's rooting for that and he had to miss some significant time, I still think there'd be a team that take a risk on him. But I wondered exactly that. Like, a player with cachet, basketball players I think do this all the time. Like, I got to be 100% before I'm back out there.
Close to it.
I wonder how much a guy like John Franklin Myers goes, I'm not risking anything. I'm not risking bad film. And you guys have made it clear that I'm not a priority. So I'm going to make my body the priority before I make myself available for you.
It wasn't until my agent told me that. My agent sat me down and said, hey, Phil, like, look, if you are not ready to play, don't go out there.
But doesn't it feel like that's the wrong approach?
Well, yeah, it's definitely the wrong approach. And I don't want to know any slander in that building, but I remember having turf toe and their doctors looking at me at the time and saying, hey, look, like, you're going to be just fine. We think that you can play the next game. Well, usually you're going to get a second opinion. You always going to get that second opinion, no matter what.
Like your own doctor?
Your own doctor. And so you can go across the NFL, at any other doctor's office, any of the doctors. That work
is
for
that
teams.
right?
Yes. So usually for me, for turf toe,
I didn't know
one
that.
of the best
I
foot
didn't know that either.
doctors is actually in Indianapolis that works for the Colts. So my agent talked to the Colt doctor and was like, hey, can you guys look at the MRI images, get back to us? So they get back to us and say, hey, look, dude, you have a grade 2 turf toe. You broke something in your foot. You don't need to be out there next week. This is more of a 2 to 3 week, maybe even 4 week process that you need to sit out and rest. Well, we get that information. We go back to the doctors, and now they're kind of sitting there quiet and they're going back and forth saying, okay, like, yeah, it's a little bit worse than we thought. That's why you always go get a second opinion. So even for John Franklin Myers, he's going to go and get a second opinion on his knee if they want him out there this week 2 against the Colts.
This is when like the business intersection of football becomes a really big deal.
Yeah, and I don't know how it is over there now under the new regime but man, I have heard some really bad stuff through the years with the Broncos specifically. Really bad stuff with misleading players, in some cases kind of lying to players.
Oh yeah.
And
things happen. And it's not just like we're here in Denver, but it's everywhere. It's the NFL.
I'm sure, but that's my frame of reference and the anecdotes that I've heard from actual human beings like yourself and others of like, man, it's like, wow, it could be so, the underbelly of the NFL can just be not a nice place, Phil.
No, but I will say this, like the trainers, like Vince, like they are different. They're going off of you. So you're the one that's asking them, hey, can I get that second opinion? They're going to grant that. It's the team doctors that you have to worry about. The trainers are just like they're doing their part. So you have to separate them. Well,
I've heard stuff even now. I don't know Vince, but even the previous regime before this.
Yep.
I had heard some stuff even that it did involve trainers as well.
Yeah. And there probably was, back then.
Yes.
And I think both of us know.
Yes.
Think of a name, but
yes. And you talk to one person and they love them, and you talk to another person, completely different experience, and you feel like you've been wronged or backstabbed or all that kind of stuff. But yeah, NFL is a crazy place, man. When you look back. Because we're talking about John Franklin Myers and popping up on the injury report. And
his knee, probably tweaked his knee a little bit.
When you think of your own experience in 2020.
Still getting hurt till this day. Zach.
Cast it up as I'm looking at you.
You can't get away from it.
When you look back at that 2020 season, I don't want to use the word regret because you live once and you're going through that experience, but like, you would have done things differently. Definitely
would have done things differently. I would have waited until I was a little bit more healthier.
With the toe?
With my toe, because it moved up my body from the toe to the knee to the groin.
Yeah.
And then I had the concussion. So it was one thing after another every single week, and it was like, and then from the concussion, it was, hey Phil, you're going to be the quarterback, because it was during COVID. So it's like I'm already not having a good year. This is when Melvin Gordon was brought to town.
Yeah.
I'm already going through that issue. I'm going through these injuries, but when I'm out there, I'm explosive, so I am doing something, but I'm not out there enough. And then it was one day, Zach, where I'm dealing with my groin, and we got done playing Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, and they ran right through us.
I think I remember that because I think they might have scored on like every possession.
Yes.
I think because I remember the one because
it was a rush for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he ran into the end zone, and the camera picked up him saying, he goes, how many touchdowns are we going to have to score today?
Oh, it was too easy for him. And it was way too easy for him.
And all the questions leading up that week were, hey, the Broncos could have took you at 5. Hey, did you see yourself coming to Denver? Da-da-da. And he held it against the Broncos.
Oh, as he should. And so he ate us alive. I shouldn't have played in that game, but I forced myself to play because I was like, I've already been hurt twice. So I'm out there with a groin, and I can't push off. I can't do what I'm there to do, my strength. And so I'm making myself look bad. And at the end of it, what the Broncos did before the season was done is they came in the room, the training room, said, hey, Phil, a guy that I never saw before. Hey, Phil, we're putting you on IR, man. And I knew right then and there that this was probably the last time I was going to be a Denver Bronco.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think you've told me that story.
Because that next year was like they had the option to tender me or let me move on, and that's when George came to town. Anytime you move from GM on different GM, they have a different vision. Can't be mad at George for wanting a different vision.
Well, also the GM before George, he didn't pick you either. You picked him.
No.
I mean, you picked the organization, and thus Elway was the general manager. Man,
it's doggy dog. You know, and that's something that you learn as you're going through this process. And that's where some of these players, it's like the way that they act and they're angry and they're mad, or they don't necessarily have the respect for some people in the building because they're dealing with certain things like this all the time. And it's a business, and that's how they look at you, as cattle. And what can you do for us lately? And if we like you, and if we have a vision, if we don't, they will find a way to get your ass up out of there.
And with that, we have begun here on a Thursday. All right, we have a chicken or the egg conversation happening ahead of week 2 for the Broncos. That's next.
After grinding out a win against the Titans, will Sean Payton get his offense back on track? Will Vance Joseph slow down a surprisingly hot start from Daniel Jones? We'll break it all down on the Fan Football Pregame Show, live on game day starting at noon. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of my friends at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there about a topic that, you may not be excited to talk about. That's erectile dysfunction, all right? Here's the thing. ED is a medical condition, okay? And like most other medical conditions, it's treatable, all right? Do not let ED derail your sex life, your intimacy, okay? Because Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic has treatments with success rates well over 90%, all right? They've served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade, so they're not new. They've successfully treated tens of thousands of men here in Colorado, just like you. So, hate to break it to you, you're not that special. ED, pretty common. Schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. That initial visit is only $99. Includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. Guys, if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Expert staff. Check. 5 locations in Colorado to serve you. Check. Call them today at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Donnie here with Fitness Gallery. I'm thrilled to invite you to our biggest event of the season, the summer clearance sale happening right now at all 7 of our Colorado locations. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. These deals end soon.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I do.
Of course you all do. Who wouldn't want this? Get our 4.75 5-year fixed that has a 5.89 APR.
Wait, you have a 4.75% fixed rate for 5 years?
Yes, and it comes with our lowest rate for life program. Because even with the lowest rate today, it may not be in 6, 12 months or more. And if rates do fall in the future, now what? Go through the expense again? No. Maximize your savings with U.S. Mortgages and our lowest rate for life program. It allows you to lock in today, and if the market does improve, even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fee and no appraisal fee. And there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. Awarded the smartest loan in the country. Call us now at 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Most business owners and decision makers work hard but stay frustrated because customers simply don't know they exist. Marketing isn't about being flashy. It's about making sure people understand how you solve their problem. Audio, video, and online campaigns put your message where your customers are already paying attention. And your friends at Denver Sports, they specialize in connecting customers to businesses. The moment you get clear and show up consistently, growth follows. Don't stay the best kept secret in town. Visit DenverSports.com and click on the Advertise with Us button and start growing today.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair.
Ace Hardware at Mississippi and Havana in Aurora. Store closure sale. All inventory 30 to 40% off, including a full line of Steel, Milwaukee, DeWalt Power Tools, Big Green Egg, Traeger and Weber grills. Great selection of Ego, Toro, Ariens and Craftsman lawnmowers, snowplows, and so much more. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Say goodbye to your lawnmower and take back your weekends by replacing your old yard with Pro Green synthetic turf. Hey, Brandon Stokely here. You may have heard me talking about my Pro Green custom putting green and how it's made my weekends so much more fun. One of the main issues folks have with artificial turf is how hot it gets. Well, Pro Green invented a turf system with proprietary organic cooling materials that actually keeps your new turf lawn cool. It really mimics the look, feel, and temperature of natural grass. Call my friends at Pro Green today. 303-479-3967. That's 303-479-3967. Or you can find them online at progreen.com/Denver.
Football is back, and it's time for you to get in the game. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is here to help, and we're giving away a PlayStation 5 bundle. Download the Denver Sports app and tap the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a PS5 console, a 70-inch flat-screen TV, plus copies of Madden 26 and College Football 26. Don't wait. Download the Denver Sports app now. 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Thursday, September 11th.
Woo!
Man, oh man.
What's going on, man?
Man, we have a fun show planned today. And even as I just caught myself like September 11th. Like I can't say the date, but I didn't think about it before I said it, but I say the date every day at the start of the show. It's September 11th, and I just always, as long as I'm alive, I'll never not, you catch yourself saying that, and just, and I'm older than you are, but
so you
going
really,
right back to where I was, how I found out, living in the state of New York at the time when September 11th is happening, and I was a freshman in high school.
Wow.
And
so you really were aware. So
yes.
I was a baby. I want to say 7.
Yeah.
I want to say 7 years old.
Yeah.
So I remember parts. Remember my mom and my father breaking down and crying, them trying to explain stuff. But I don't remember stuff like how you probably would remember.
Yeah, it was just so impactful. And you didn't understand the magnitude as a 15-year-old or really 14 at the start of my freshman year of high school until like the day kept evolving, and then into the evening, and then the next day, and then like the body count, and then all that stuff. It was, and I've said this once or twice before, living 2 hours north of where it happened in Albany. You know how, not to the degree of the example that I'm about to use, so it's not quite apples to apples, but you know someone that's been impacted by cancer,
Yeah.
right, or addiction, and it's like kind of like that, like you didn't lose a family member, but you knew someone who knew someone. You know what I mean? It was like it was.
You knew somebody that was a part of it.
Yeah.
No matter what, like you knew somebody, or
Who
they
was
knew
impacted.
somebody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was impacted.
Yep. So they said never forget. So we can never forget what happened on that day back in 2001. Just crazy day in our nation's history. After a crazy day in our nation's history yesterday.
Yeah. A lot of heaviness.
A lot of heaviness.
But we're here to be the light.
Yes, we are, man. Did you squeeze your kids a little tighter last night?
Always. Oh, I always squeeze them, but I did a little bit tighter.
Same.
And yeah, man, just enjoying time with them, with my wife, and you give them a kiss. You give them a kiss, and you pray, and that's all you can do.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do. We have a bit of a chicken or the egg conversation happening ahead of week 2 for the Broncos. Phil, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
It would have to be the egg. You would think it would have to be the egg.
But who pushed the egg out?
The chicken.
So the chicken come first?
You know, but then all of a sudden, if the chicken comes first, how was that chicken born?
You have to have hatched out of the egg, right?
I guess God just said, "Hey, here you go." He's gonna lay his hand down, and there's an egg for you.
Well, I think we're having a bit of a chicken or the egg conversation when it comes to the Colts, based off just one game. Are the Colts actually good? Are they as good as they looked on Sunday? Or is it because they played the Miami Dolphins and they looked hapless? They looked like it was week 18 of a team with a coach that they know is going to get fired, but it was week 1.
See, I don't know, Zach. Like it's hard for me to go down that route with Miami because it's the first game, and I don't think I heard people out there saying that Miami was going to be the worst team in the NFL.
No, they have had one of the better offenses in the league when Tua's been healthy.
Exactly. You got Tua back. All right, defensively, you added a couple depth pieces. Okay, you have 2, I like to still call them elite receivers in Waddle and Tyreek Hill, and yet the Colts were able to put it on them. It was 33-8, end up being the final score. Colts defense did a phenomenal job of bottling up Tua and the receivers. And then offensively with Daniel Jones being in the driver's seat, he did a great job of commanding the offense and scoring points and keeping the offense on the field, Zach. So I'm going to give credit to the Colts. The Colts were ready to play. The Colts were sitting there listening to everybody doubt them and saying, you know what, we are better than what people are giving us credit for. And we're going to go out there and show you. But it starts with the quarterback play. And when your quarterback has confidence and he's out there dicing a defense up and scoring touchdowns with his arm and with his legs, then it generates confidence in the whole entire unit, not just offensively, but defensively and special team-wise as well, where it's like, we can win this game because we have a quarterback that can do it.
Yep. I think there's a lot of truth to what you just said. And it's the quarterback that they got to pick. I do not believe, and rest in peace to Jim Irsay. But I believe that if Jim Irsay was still around, I do not believe Daniel Jones was a starting quarterback week 1. I think they're going to keep moving forward with Anthony Richardson, potential cornerstone franchise quarterback, who they picked at number 4 overall like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, Zach, Jim Irsay was involved in a lot of decisions all the time, though. He would be in the building, but not just in the building. He would be in the quarterback film room with the quarterbacks. He may stop by, see the running backs. He's really good friends. He was really good friends with Jonathan Taylor to make sure he was okay. You know, and that has to feel good for a player when you have your owner around that's talking to you, that wants you to do well, but also when your owner's around making all the decisions.
Yeah.
It ends up being a situation where it doesn't work out. And now coaches are doing things because the owner wants it done and not because the coaches want it done. And then that can lead to you not winning a lot of games. We didn't win a lot of games when I was with the Colts because we were just dysfunctional. We didn't have what it took to be successful for that season.
Well, that's why separation of powers is a healthy thing. But without that sort of shadow and presence, you know, they're able to move forward with Daniel Jones, and the guy went and had arguably the best day of any quarterback in the NFL in week 1. We don't see blowouts in that league like the way we saw on Sunday. We don't see 33-8 a lot. You see that a lot in college, right? You don't see 33-8 in the NFL. So I think that score, and by the way, the 8 points that Miami scored were scored late.
It was pretty much at the end of the game.
Yeah, they did not score in the first 3 quarters of the football game. But I think that, Miami's a little bit, or maybe a lot worse than we thought. Zach Wilson was in at the end of that game, by the way. They're worse than we thought, but Indianapolis is a lot better than we thought. And it's those two things fusing together. That's how you get a score of 33-8. And I know the way we ended our show yesterday, we invited our buddy Will Peterson in, host at DenverSports Tonight, and he's like, man, it's like, what are you guys talking about? Like, you're saying we should be taking this Colts seriously, and Daniel Jones stinks, and if the Broncos can't beat, I was like, hold on a second. Like,
leave it to Scrappy to do this.
This is the National Football League. You cannot flippantly dismiss a quarterback or a team after what we just saw. I don't care who they played.
Actually, in 2 ways, what you just said, what we just saw. from the Colts in Miami and what we saw from the Denver Broncos playing the Tennessee Titans.
There you go.
Guys, we won the game, and that's all that matters. But it wasn't a blowout. And if something would have happened for Cam Ward, and Cam Ward would have got some of those passes that he threw completed, it could have been a whole different ball game towards the end where maybe we're going into overtime because of it.
Could you imagine?
So it's a mixture of, okay, the Colts are not as bad as people are saying, and the Denver Broncos still have a long way to go to become this team to win a Super Bowl. Now, it's the first game of the year. Defense is in full form. Offensively, they have to find their rhythm if we're going to have success later on down the line when we are playing against Cincy and you're playing against Philly and the Chargers. Like it has to be a buildup, and it starts by beating the Colts, but doing it the right way with some points on the board from the offense and the defense continuing to be stout.
Yep, and I just get nervous with these mobile quarterbacks. I do, because the game of football doesn't have a lot of equalizers. And when I say equalizers, like, you could be a better basketball team than me. You could be an 11-point favorite. But if me and my guys got it going from 3 on the right night, that's an equalizer to who you are as a team and to where we will rise to if we're making shots. Football doesn't have necessarily like a quote-unquote three-pointer, but the element of a athletic quarterback who can be multiple and
keep drives alive.
It is that element can be on the right Sundays a bit of an equalizer. So I'm not like scared of Indianapolis, but at the same time, it's like we should be proceeding with the proper level of NFL respect for a team that just pounded an opponent 33-8, and they're playing in their home.
Yeah, tell them, put some respect on their name.
That's all.
That's it.
That's all.
Put some respect on my name, Zach.
All right, on your name, keep earning it. There was a realistic scenario, Phil, that the Colts and Broncos had a Freaky Friday when it comes to 2 players on the field this Sunday, and we'll talk about them next.
Will J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey be featured more on offense? Will the Broncos defense carry the team to another victory? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football Postgame Show. Live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
All right. Phillip Lindsay here, and I want to tell you about my new obsession. That's Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip and a Daisy Ranch Dip, these are definitely game changers that you are not going to want to miss out on. They are as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game and the go-to spot for football season with wall-to-wall TVs, hearty eats, ice-cold drinks, and of course, those scenic views. It's a full-on experience whether you're catching college or pro games this season. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Change is always happening. Hey, it's part of life, and when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten, classics are remixed, bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. But no matter how things change in 5 years, there's one thing that'll stay the same: the price of your internet. Xfinity is introducing the 5-year price guarantee. It means you'll get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with their best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Learn more at Xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
What's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. That never happens with Orchard. Disappointing offers can wear you down, causing you to settle for thousands less. You don't have to settle when you sell with Orchard. Orchard reinvented the real estate industry by guaranteeing your home sale and helping you sell on the market for top dollar. First, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then once you're all settled in, your Orchard agent helps sell your home on market for top dollar. Here's what one Orchard customer said. I never could have sold without Orchard. I made way more than I expected, and it couldn't have been easier. With Orchard, you never have to settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Curious how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
This is Dr. Joel Cherdak with Denver Regenerative Medicine. If you've struggled with weight loss, it's time for something real. We use GLP-1 medications from licensed U.S. pharmacies at full strength, never from unknown or online sources. Your program is overseen by a real doctor with in-clinic care and telemedicine options. Best of all, we're offering a free consultation so you can get started risk-free. Experience real weight loss results for under $300 a month. Visit DenverRegen.com to book your free consult. That's DenverRegen.com.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on The Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries, and they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by TradeGen Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
There was a realistic scenario that the Colts and Broncos had a Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday. You remember that movie?
I remember it.
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan.
Which, by the way, looks like she's like 20 years old right now.
I know. She looks great. She looks better now than she did when she was 20.
Yeah. It's insane.
I don't know what's going on there. But, it was with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yep, and they switch bodies. The mom becomes the daughter becomes the mom. And,
that's right.
You know.
That's right. And
all the freaky stuff starts happening.
It was originally a book in the 70s. It was a Freaky Friday book in the early 70s. Yes, that's what. And I'm pretty sure there was there was like a first Freaky Friday, and then the remake is the Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan, if I'm not mistaken. But there could have been a little Freaky Friday with the Broncos and the Colts. What am I talking about here? The Broncos were very interested in tight end Tyler Warren. And the Colts were interested in Jahdae Barron. In fact, I went back and looked. There's mock drafts from outlets like Pro Football Focus that had Jahdae Barron going to the Indianapolis Colts.
And there was mock drafts out there that had Tyler Warren going to the Denver Broncos. But so we talk about tight ends, Zach. We talk about tight ends. And that's kind of when I did the digging deeper with Josh Allen, the 2 tight ends, and we'll talk about that later. But I do believe, and I believe you do too, that the Denver Broncos would have picked up Tyler Warren if he was there at 20.
I think so too. He got picked, I think, at 14.
Yeah,
just a couple picks before the Broncos were up.
What's insane about that too is for Tyler Warren. Remember, Tyler Warren wasn't the first tight end off the board.
It was Colston Loveland from Michigan.
Loveland that Denver wanted. But for Denver, if you remember, George came out and confirmed that he wanted to start making calls to different teams to see if he can move up in the draft. And that started to happen after Colston Loveland was picked. Why is that? I don't believe that Denver wanted to move up top 10. It would be a lot for that.
Yep, agreed.
The Colts took Tyler Warren at 14. I think that George was going to try to get something done where they could jump over the Colts and pick up Tyler Warren at 13, or maybe they swap with the Colts at 14, where the Colts end up taking Jahdae Barron, and we take Tyler Warren.
Right.
So
that's very realistic.
No,
very realistic.
But also, when you think about it, Denver decided to stay at 20 when they were able to get something done with Evan Ingram. But remember, right when Evan Ingram was released, Denver was on top of it because they didn't think they were going to be able to get Colston Loveland or Tyler Warren. So if they weren't able to get them and they weren't going to be able to make a move to get them because it's a lot to do, we must hit on one of these free agent tight ends that's available. So now you end up, I don't want to say you're overpaid, but usually you do overpay a little bit in free agency for Evan Ingram.
Sure.
Because you know that you need this joker. You know you need this tight end to be successful in Sean's offense. So you're right. Denver wanted Tyler Warren, but they didn't know if they were going to be able to get him. They were trying their hardest to get up there and get him. And that wasn't the case. Coach was like, look, we need a tight end. We need one badly. So we're going to take Tyler Warren. And you guys, Jahdae Barron falls to us. He's the crystal too.
Yeah.
And we end up with Jahdae Barron. I did a little research. You're not the only one that can. You do a great job. I said, let me try to put my Zach Bye impression on and go to work.
I love it, Phil. Seriously, I love it. I love it. Putting some work in before the mic cracks. That's where it's at, man. Tyler Warren is an animal. 6'6", 256. And you don't get crowned after one football game. But holy smokes, he passed the eye test immediately last week against Miami. 7 catches for 76 yards in his first game in a historically slow-starting position.
Yeah.
And here was Sean Payton talking about how they viewed Tyler Warren before the draft.
Yeah, we liked him. He was different than maybe a couple of the other tight ends, but he's big, rugged, physical, strong. I mean, clearly you can come up with a vision for all of the things he does. You know, he catches it in traffic well, and he's going to be in traffic at times, but we liked him.
They liked him. I think they liked him a lot.
I think they loved him.
And there's a lot to like or love. There's a lot with Tyler Warren. Here's a little bit more from Sean Payton talking about linebackers having to defend this massive tight end.
I think and I give credit to Indianapolis, in unique ways. They're moving him, doing things that are built around what we saw in college. He's got snaps at Wildcat. We're going to see that this year. I don't know when. And so there obviously was a Warren plan, and you're going to have to defend that. And he's one of those guys you just say he's a real good football player. I don't, all the measurables, and there are a number of things, and he has been for, most of his career.
Wow. And
they wanted him, Zach.
I know.
Sean wanted
I
him.
know, because you can hear, you see how they're lining him up everywhere? That's the Joker role.
But also, you said it earlier, hey, even if we get Evan Ingram, this was before Evan Ingram signed.
Yes.
You believe that they were going to still get a tight end, which
I thought they should have. I still think they should have.
I mean, tight end is the recipe for success. A good quarterback and a good tight end. Ravens, Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, and Isaiah Likely. The Bills, Josh Allen, Knox, Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid. Yeah.
You know, for the 49ers, Purdy, Kittle, Mahomes, Travis Kelce. For the Eagles, it's Jalen Hurts and Dallas Goedert.
Yeah.
Detroit, Jared Goff, Sam Laporta. You need a tight end in this league. And so thankfully we do have Evan Ingram, but knowing that Evan Ingram has an injury history, you want to start to develop that young tight end behind him.
Yes.
It would have been a luxury to have Tyler Warren. Now, don't get me wrong. Jahdae Barron is going to be a great addition to this team, and it's all about depth, and our defense is stronger because of it. But when you're watching these games on Sunday, especially last Sunday, we were lacking when it came to explosive plays because, one, we didn't get the receivers involved enough. We didn't get the tight end involved enough, and then when the tight end was in there, he wasn't in there long enough. I'm talking about Evan Ingram because he got hurt. Imagine if you have Tyler Warren who you can plug in there,
right,
and still be an elite joker that can move around the football field.
I still maintain that it was a mistake not drafting a tight end, and I know technically they took one late, Caleb Lohner, but
that was your boy.
That doesn't really count.
All alone at the end there, huh?
Yeah. Yes. But like Gunnar Helm there got picked up in the 4th round. You know, like, man, you got to invest at that position, and then Ingram gets hurt immediately. It's like, goodness gracious. Now I'm going to ask. I don't want to piss anyone off here.
You like to do that. You love to do it. It's early, though. You really want to piss somebody off early?
Hour number 1.
Yeah, here we go.
I have to ask the question. I have to ask it.
Here we go.
I have to ask it.
All right.
I will. All right. I will. Coming up next.
Denver is headed east to take on Indianapolis. Kick your football Sunday off in style with Denver Game Day, powered by Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Live on Game Day starting at 10 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Constipation with belly pain that keeps coming back and back and back. If your symptoms keep coming back, talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C. Linzess could help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated, because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Is your office cleaning letting you down? Pike Janitorial beats your current cleaning price by 10% and delivers spotless results every time. Environmentally friendly, thorough, and reliable. Visit Denver-Janitorial.com for your free quote today. Pike Janitorial. Clean you can count on.
Winter and the holidays will be here before you know it. Don't wait to upgrade your home. Order windows or siding from 5280 Exteriors before the Colorado snow flies. Enjoy low-interest financing for 15 years, often better than your bank, with no prepayment penalty. Stay warm, boost your home's value, and pay less each month. Prices go up every year, so lock in your free quote today. Host the next game day party at your house. Call 5280 Exteriors now and see how low your monthly payment can go. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Whether it's kickoff, halftime, or the final drive,
Fuel your football season at Dickey's Barbecue Pits. Order the 2 Can Dine for $29.99 deal. 2 meat plates stacked with pit smoke flavor. Or go for the new Triple Play Combo. A classic sandwich, savory side, and a big yellow cup for just $12.99. No matter who you're rooting for, great barbecue is always a win. Dickey's Barbecue Pit, legit. Texas barbecue.
It's your last chance to take advantage of EV federal tax credits at Siltar Motors. This month, get the all-electric F-150 Lightning or the head-turning Mustang Mach-E with 0% interest for 72 months or lease credits up to $11,000 off. Check out their current selection of EVs at sthmotors.com to get the EV you want before they are gone. Siltar Motors has got the best location, the biggest EV selection in Denver, and the most competitive pricing in Colorado. Siltar Motors will deliver everything you want out of a dealership.
This is Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. If you've been seriously injured in a truck or car wreck, you want Wilhite. We've been voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm for the last 3 years in a row. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
Tune into Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan.
I tell you, Dante. I tell you, man. I'm getting ready to just pop Zach By the poster right in front of his seat and start talking to it.
Sorry about that, boys.
Oh, yeah. You had to use the bathroom. You had the bubble guts.
How long were we live?
Not long.
What, like 2-3 minutes?
All right.
Yeah, about
and Dante, anytime that happens, you just start leading the show. You're hosting Denver Sports tonight. Right, your rep count is up. Let's just just get right into it, and then I'll seamlessly sneak back in.
Like Tyler Bidet. Tyler Bidet had 14 reps on offensively, and he had 14 reps special team wise. And I know we'll talk about it tomorrow, but it's way too many reps and not enough reps for R.J. Harvey and even J.K. Dobbins if you want to put him in that.
Yeah, and there's another guy that I want to talk to about his snap count here a little bit later in the show in more dedicated fashion. I want to get into CU here a little bit, but I have to ask the question, and we didn't have enough time in the previous segment to give us the runway to talk about it. And I don't want to piss anyone off, all right? RunMostLaw.com, text line 303-713-1043.
Do your job.
Knowing what we know, and if you're just joining us, we were talking about the potential Freaky Friday that could have happened with the Broncos. The more we're learning, Broncos really like Tyler Warren. They might have even been poking around to trade up for Tyler Warren. The Colts liked Jahdae Barron, and he was in several mock drafts going to Indianapolis, not falling to number 20.
Yeah.
Most drafts had Jahdae Barron going earlier than the Broncos. So Pro Football Focus had him going to Indianapolis. We've seen mock drafts, Tyler Warren going to the Broncos.
Well, think about it. George and Sean were shocked that Jahdae Barron was sitting there at 20.
Right.
You know, when they've said at the podium and explained why they drafted Jahdae Barron, who in this case was the crystal. Sean said he was never going to pass up on a crystal for a blender, disrespecting the running backs at that time, I believe.
Yes, I believe so too. And then you hear Sean talk about Tyler Warren yesterday, and we liked him a lot and all this stuff. It's one game. Okay? But the two teams are playing each other this week. What was that song? If I Could Turn Back the Hands of Time? Was that R. Kelly?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay. If you could go back, would you change it? If you could alter the butterfly effect. If you could put
this was my world, like Luther Vandross. If this world were mine.
There you go. Would you have Tyler Warren in Denver? And I want to throw it out to the text line, too. It's just a conversation, okay? It's just a conversation.
We love Jahdae Barron.
Don't get your feelings hurt.
We love him.
We're doing sports talk radio, and the question deserves to get asked. If you could flip Tyler Warren to the Denver Broncos, Jahdae Barron goes to the Colts, would you do it?
Yes, I would, and here is why. For Jahdae Barron, he's not even the starting nickel because Jaquan McMillan's the starting nickel. For Tyler Warren, you know that he's going to play right away because Sean loves his personnel groupings. So no matter what, Tyler Warren, and I know Jahdae Barron's still getting on the field, but Jahdae Barron's getting on the field because Dre Greenlaw is not available, so they're going a lot more dime. In this case with Tyler Warren, he would have a place no matter what because he's a tight end, because Sean wants to be creative with his tight ends, and he has so many personnel groupings. Tyler Warren is also a guy that you are going to utilize all the time. Is Sean an offensive-minded or defensive-minded coach?
Is Sean?
Yeah.
Of course. He sees the whole game through the offense.
Exactly. He's an offensive-minded coach. So why wouldn't Sean want Tyler Warren, an elite tight end, to help him out? And think about it. I gave the list, but if you have two tight ends that you can rely on, say you get Evan Ingram, which you were going to get, and you were able to draft Tyler Warren, then you're in a situation like the Ravens and the Bills, where you just have more leeway, more room, more creativity out on that football field, and it's a luxury for Bo Nix now. It's like, hey, I can hit Tyler Warren. I can hit Evan Ingram. Now it's opening up Cortland Sutton, and it's opening up Pat Bryant and Troy Franklin. It's opening up the run game because Tyler Warren is a better pass blocker than even Evan Ingram.
Oh, yes, certainly. Even right out of the gate as a rookie, yes, agreed.
That's Penn State for you. Penn State, they like to run the ball.
Oh, yeah.
And so I would substitute Jahdae Barron for Tyler Warren because I want this offense to be successful. I want this offense to start creating fireworks, and we have a defense that's already established. Jahdae Barron, all right, let's be real. For Jahdae Barron, he's number 2 as a nickel. He did not beat out Jaquan McMillan, and that's why my man here, Zach Bye, will be wearing a perfect timing shirt at some point.
At some point. At some point. You set the standard of 6 months for the payoff, but don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. I hold myself to a higher standard than that.
Oh,
I hold myself to a higher standard than that.
So yeah, Zach, if you're asking me right now, I'm good with Jahdae Barron, and I think he's going to be here for a long time.
Yeah.
But for this segment, I would pick Tyler Warren, the tight end. Offensively, Bo Nix needs help, a little bit more help. Now Evan Ingram is hurt, so you could rely on someone like Tyler Warren, and you go from there.
Man, I feel bad. Did
I give you enough time?
Yes, you did.
Right,
yes, you did. Yes, you did. I feel bad, but I think that I would say yes, go with Tyler Warren out instead of Jahdae Barron. Now, that's not to say that Jahdae Barron isn't going to be a great player here. I think he's going to. I think his floor is extremely high. But for some of the reasons that you named, this is a Sean Payton-led football team. They're both premium positions, so they kind of cross-cancel each other there, in my opinion. And I think the tiebreaker would be that a franchise tight end is maybe a little bit harder to find, and you already had a franchise corner. And you may have already had a franchise corner number 2. Shoot, out of the gate, you already have your nickel, who's not named Jahdae Barron.
Who's the franchise corner number 2?
Riley Boss.
Zach, calm down now.
Riley Boss.
Hold on now. Now you're getting over yourself now.
Hold on a second.
Okay, go ahead.
That's why I said maybe. I said you may have a franchise corner number 2.
You shouldn't even have said that, but continue.
You have the total package Pat Surtain and Riley Boss.
After week 1, let's go.
He's targeted 8 times, gave up 21 yards.
Give Riley the yellow jacket. It's coming.
Pretty good. So what I'm saying is, as high as we are on Jahdae Barron, currently he is a luxury item. Tyler Warren would be his first game in the NFL, 7 catches for 76 yards. Are you kidding me? Now, he's not going to do that every single Sunday. If he does, he's going to have the greatest rookie tight end season of all time.
He's going to beat out Brock Bowers.
Right. In both receptions and yards, if he kept that pace. So that's not probably as sustainable. But and then the ultimate tiebreaker, Phil, is that at the end of the day, it's an offensive league. And so if you're close, as I was in my head between Jahdae, because we all think very highly of Jahdae Barron. I know I do. And so I'm like, it's so close, but offensive-minded coach, offensive league. I feel bad, but I think I'd go with Tyler Warren.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't feel bad.
I guess I don't feel that bad.
Yeah, look at y'all. I don't feel bad now. It would be different if we didn't have Jaquan McMillan and Jahdae Barron was starting, because You know me. I'm all about the defense. I played offense, but I wish I was a safety. I wish I could go out there and change my position. I'd probably last longer. But defense wins championships. So if Jahdae Barron was the starter and we didn't have Jaquan McMillan, then I would probably be changing my tune up a little bit with let's keep a strength of strength.
Sure.
The defense is obviously the strength of this team right now.
All right, man. You want
Riley Moss, come on.
Who? Who'd you say? You said his name wrong. It's Riley Boss.
Franchise quarter, huh?
Oh,
man.
Maybe.
Oh, man. Okay.
Maybe. Well, you don't see what I see. Okay.
I know. I
know. All right, we'll circle back. That was fun. If you want to respond to it, RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Maybe we can get to some of those responses. We'll push CU back a little bit later in the show. What should be the biggest difference from week 1 to week 2 when it comes to this Broncos offense? That's next.
Does Sean Payton need to make changes to his game plan after week 1?
He put his agenda and his offense and his quarterback, who he proclaimed to be trending towards being a top 4, top 5, and when that man struggles throughout the afternoon, it's almost like daddy ball. And I'm telling you, it's unacceptable and it's inexcusable.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
When you own a business, it feels like everything's on you. Orders, deliveries, employees, on you. That's why Comcast Business is giving you a year of mobile on us with your internet service.
Really?
Yep. We'll cover your first line of mobile for 1 year. So calling customers, getting directions, texting Janine and shipping, on us. The broken coffee maker? That one's still on you. Which means you'll save hundreds for your business and get the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and Wi-Fi hotspots. On us. But hurry, this deal won't last long. Get a mobile plan and free up the budget to maybe, I don't know, fix that coffee maker? Get mobile on us for 1 year, you guessed it, on us. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 10/9/25. Restrictions apply. New mobile customers only with internet standard service or above. Limited to value of 1 unlimited intro line apply via 12 monthly internet bill credits. 1 discount per account. Fastest mobile based on mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data in service areas. Ookla Speed Test Intelligence 2H24.
Donnie here with Fitness Gallery, where we believe there's nothing more important than your health. I'm thrilled to invite you to our biggest event of the season, the summer clearance sale happening right now at all 7 of our Colorado locations. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, 2-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer.
Our summer clearance sale won't last long. These deals end soon.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make that happen in 24 hours or less. And here's the kicker. When you work with both American Financing and their partner American Home Agents, you can receive a credit on closing costs. of up to 1% or a max of $10,000 on your home loan. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, it's time to step in, and American Financing is the place to start. Don't let the 20% down myth stop you. You could buy a home with as little as 3% down, and with down payment assistance programs available, getting into a home might be easier than you think. Pick up the phone, call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Men, summertime is here, and that means vacations, summer barbecues, outdoor parties, camping, beaches, and so much more. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're like many men, you may not be feeling like yourself this summer. Perhaps your energy is low and you aren't sleeping well. Maybe your workouts aren't as good as they used to be. And if what I'm describing is you, it's very likely you're suffering with low testosterone. But low T doesn't have to affect you anymore. Just call Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, get treated, and see how it changes your life. If you're like most men, you'll feel so much better. Deeper sleep, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and an enhanced sex drive as well. So call us. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900. That's 720-440-7900, or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Raise your glass. Oktoberfest is here at Twin Peaks. Join them every Friday in September at 6 p.m. for their legendary Stein hoisting competition. Show off your strength, win weekly prizes, and score Sam Adams swag. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Ace Hardware at Mississippi and Havana in Aurora. Store closure sale. All inventory 30 to 40% off, including a full line of Steel, Milwaukee, DeWalt Power Tools, Big Green Egg, Traeger and Weber grills. Great selection of Ego, Toro, Ariens and Craftsman lawnmowers, snowplows, and so much more. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Leading off with a big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you on The Drive. I hear on a Thursday. And that first hour did absolutely fly by. Absolutely flew. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. We were just having the conversation about the potential Freaky Friday between the Colts and the Broncos with Tyler Warren and Jahdae Barron. That was fun. That was fun. I like that. Little fantasy football. Not trying to piss anyone off.
No. But I mean, we're human. Like sometimes you look over there and say, dang, I wish we would have had that player. Players do the exact same thing. It's like, man, I wish, let's just say Philly. I wish Philly would have picked me up. And then they go to the Super Bowl, right?
Sure.
Or if you're a player, like, you're excited when the Chiefs pick you up because you have a chance to go to a Super Bowl. So, hey, we're playing a little fantasy football, but it's what is it, Thursday today?
Yeah, it's all good. Dante, what were you saying in my ear there?
No, I was doing a little bit of the draft calculator, and for the Broncos to trade from 20 to 14, which was the gap of Jahdae Barron and Tyler Warren, you would have to include a third-round pick.
Okay,
So
if
that
you
would
wanted
be-
to trade up.
If you did want to trade up, very realistic situation on
Sure,
that
very
one.
realistic, yeah.
But would you include Pat Bryant and Jahdae Barron for Tyler Warren? Because that would be an actual NFL trade that would
Zach.
happen.
Yes, Zach about to be defending Pat Bryant.
No. But no, I just want to say when we were having the conversation, it was pre-draft stuff that it was realistic that Tyler Warren could drop to the Broncos.
Yeah.
Like we saw in some mock drafts, and Barron would be picked up by the Colts at 14, so you wouldn't have to trade up. That's a different conversation. That is interesting, though. That is interesting. If you wanted to trade up to 14 in the draft and go get Tyler Warren, who the Broncos will be trying to slow down this weekend. Sean spoke yesterday very high on Warren before the draft. 6'6", 256. Kicks down the door in game number 1.
Led the team in targets in game 1.
Led the team in targets in game 1.
Had a great job of blocking. I went back and watched some film. He blocked his ass off to help Jonathan Taylor get to 70 yards. And DJ Giddens, the running back out of K-State, had a little over 40 yards.
Yeah, 41 yards. But, yeah, Warren, targeted more than Michael Pittman. Pittman ended up with 4 more yards, but Warren led them in receptions. Again, very unusual for a rookie at a historically slow starting spot like tight end to have a debut like that. Okay, so but before we get into the Broncos offense in week 1, let's just play around with this. Dante did the old Jimmy Johnson calculator, and if you wanted to move up, just for the sake of argument, would you have traded? You're not walking away with Barron. You're trading your 3rd round pick, which ended up being Pat Bryant. So in the fantasy football world, you're trading Jahdae Barron and Pat Bryant, just to make it easy. Jahdae Barron and Pat Bryant in exchange for Tyler Warren.
You go first. What you doing? What you doing?
Here's what I'm doing.
Uh-oh.
I'm keeping Vele and making the trade.
I knew you were going to do it.
I'm keeping Devon Vele and making the trade.
Oh, you're like, Vele gets to stay? Oh, I'm doing the trade. I'm doing it. Yes, I'm doing it.
Yes.
Pat Bryant only had four plays. I'm trading him.
Oh, man. And then you have Vele still here and Tyler Warren? Whoo!
One a day Vele. Did he play?
He did.
Okay.
I almost feel bad for the guy. The Saints, I mean, they actually played better than I thought. I'll say that out of the gate.
Yeah.
They're playing Arizona. And I saw a lot of that game. Vele, 1 catch, 13 yards, I want to say, in his first game there.
1 catch. I mean, he probably didn't get targeted a lot.
No, he didn't. I think it was 2 targets, 1 catch.
Oh, see, there you go.
So,
hang in there, Vele.
Hang in there, Devon. Hang in there.
One a day.
Still believe in you.
Canton.
That's right. To Devon Canton Vele. That's right. Would you make that trade in that scenario?
Yeah, you can't turn down a situation to bring in an elite tight end. Like we just went over the segment, and when you have a really good tight end, and we have one, I believe, in Evan Ingram. He has to get going. He has to stay healthy. But think about having Evan Ingram and Tyler Warren. You know, I'm willing to give up the 3rd for a tight end that may be with the Denver Broncos for 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. And then you do get to keep Vele. And Vele would have helped us out this game.
I agree.
Just because of the chemistry with Bo Nix going into year 2, getting healthier. Not saying anything about Pat Bryant. I think he's going to be just fine as time goes on. But it's about the now. It's about having weapons for Bo Nix right now.
Yep. All right, fun conversation, not rooted in reality, but not everything we do here has to be rooted in reality. That's one of the funner parts of this job. All right, so when we look at week 2 against Indianapolis, and by the way, let me just say this before we move on here, like glancing at the RamosLaw.com text line, a lot of people saying, yeah, I would, in terms of the initial conversation.
With Tyler Warren
or Jahdae Barron in the Freaky Friday thing that we were talking about. Way more people saying, yeah, I would make that swap if we could than I thought. Because typically, at least in my head, a lot of fans are very defensive of the current player and don't want to even be hinting at it could be different, but it could have been.
What did you say earlier? Like, this is a offensive league.
Yep.
Like, fans want to see touchdowns. They want to see Bo Nix thrive. How do you do that? You give him more weapons. So I think everybody understands that, Jahdae Barron is going to be really good, and he had a great start, was able to be sticky when it came to guarding some of those receivers, but also had the fumble recovery at the end of the game. But also, our offense sputtered out a lot. And you want to see fireworks from your offense.
Well, we didn't see a lot of fireworks from the offense in game number 1. And for big swaths of that football game, it was hard to watch, man. It was hard to watch. It was disjointed. It wasn't on time.
Time rhythm processing was not there.
Was not there. This is going to be a real challenge. First road game of the year. There's going to be 70,000 people there at Lucas Oil going crazy. All right, when the Broncos are on offense, so that's something to keep an eye on. When they couldn't function at home in week 1, what's it going to be like with all that noise? Sean Payton was asked yesterday about has he picked Davis Webb's brain about Daniel Jones because they were teammates.
They were
teammates in New York.
Yeah.
And so Sean answers the question, yeah, but then he started to go down a road that he wanted to go to, and this is what it sounded like.
Not really. I know they overlapped, and Daniel played one of his better games, and when you're watching the tape, the first time I'm looking at Miami on offense, and there's a game starts 3-0. Indy kicks a field goal, and then there's a turnover. In the next series, it's 10-0, and then there's a fumble. In the next series, it's 17-0. And I don't know at what point of the first quarter, but it was rather quick. Last week's teams were 8-1 when they won the turnover battle, and the one was us. You can't live that way. It's tough. In other words, you're going to play better teams, and so, but clearly they were +3 in that game, and every then statistic, if you looked at it, fell in their favor, and so they look very good on film.
So he's asked about Davis Webb and picking his brain and trying to get insight on Daniel Jones. Doesn't really go down that road. He just goes down the road of giving a bunch of respect and credit to Indianapolis.
And as he should. I mean, for my guessing is I don't think Sean even remembered Davis Webb playing with Daniel Jones. And so that's why he said, like, not really. And maybe he remembered. But I think for Sean, it's like giving respect to your opponent, giving respect where credit is due. And that's that this defense went out there and shut out a talented Miami Dolphin team. And when I say talented Miami Dolphin team, like Tua is good when he's healthy, at least a couple years when Tua was really going. But people tend to forget about Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. And I had the honor to play with Jalen Waddle. And that's a bad boy. That's truly a receiver one. Tyreek Hill, as much bad noise is going on out of football, he's still an elite receiver. Now, some people can disagree with me, but I guarantee you line up on the other side of him, he's going to probably beat you. And when you have the DBs like the Colts have, and they were able to bottle this duo up for only 70 yards combined, it tells you that this Colts defense is a little bit tougher than people are giving them credit for. Now, I do know a couple of the Colts defensive players that have been there for 4 or 5 years. DeForest Buckner out of Oregon, defensive tackle. Like, they are really good players that want to win, and they are smart players. So it's one of these things where if you're Denver, you have to go in there with the mentality of we're going to be physical, we're going to be a team that's going to execute, we're going to play smart football, and we're going to run the damn ball. We're going to wear this team out. And if you let the Colts start to get momentum, start to get confidence, then it becomes bad for you.
Well,
what's wrong?
No. Do you believe that most of the commentary that you have heard around this week's game is an assumption that the Broncos are going to win?
Do I believe?
Like from stuff that you have heard, are most people like anticipating the Broncos are?
Yeah, they're anticipating that, hey, like Denver will pull this game out just like last week against Tennessee. Now, I believe it's been a little bit more quieter. A little bit more quieter than it was week one.
Right.
And I think that's because the Colts put it on Miami, 33-8.
Right. And the faith in the Broncos offense probably took a shot to the ribs a little bit.
I mean, if you're not questioning this offense already, then what are you doing? You have a quarterback that we have been praising in Bo Nix and talking about how he's going to take another leap in year two. We say we're adding weapons because you have Evan Ingram, and then you end up getting rid of Vele because you believe in Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant. But yet, week one, you didn't get anybody involved. And the reason why you were able to win that game was because of the defense. And then when you decided to run the ball with Sean Payton, that's where most of your success came from. But if you're not willing to do that, Zach, I mean, we're going to be questioning it again going against a Colts team that's at home and has confidence because they just blew out Miami.
Yeah, and it's one of these things. We know the Broncos started slow a year ago, and they ended up flourishing. In year number 2 of the Bo Nix era, you know, how much grace do we give that side of the ball? I think week 1, I watched people struggle around the entire NFL. So it's like, okay, and I get it. Even though you're at home, even against Tennessee, their defense is a little bit better than we thought, and the Broncos were a little bit rusty than we thought. But we're not going to be like heaping grace on the Broncos offense if they go into Indianapolis, struggle, and the team loses, and you're 1-1 after 2 with the Chargers. And who's on deck after that? It's the Chargers and Cincinnati and Philly. It's like, again,
Do you have faith that this Bronco offense is going to turn it around week 2, what is that, in 3 days, and have a really good offensive game against the Colts?
I think that it'll be somewhere in between. It'll be somewhere in between where it was a week ago and where it ultimately will be by week 8 or 9.
Well, how does that happen? What does that look like on Sunday for you?
Well, it starts with what we've been mentioning all week. They have got to find more balance running the football. And it's still hard for me to believe that after all the additions to the running back room and the bullish nature that Sean Payton had throughout the summer on being more balanced and these running backs, that he would start off the game in the scripted portion having 8 of the first 9 plays passes and the first 14 of the 17 plays of the game passes. Like, that has got to get fixed like immediately. And you're in control of that. You're not like, you dictate that. You are not reacting to that. So the biggest week-over-week change for me has got to be finding more balance running the ball. But in order to do that, for Sean specifically, they're going to have success with it. Sean is, he has shown us here for a couple years in a row that he does not stick with it when it's not working.
He'll stick with the pass even if it's not working.
Correct. I was just going to say that. He'd rather fail passing the ball than fail running it. And that's just the reality of who Sean Payton is and how he sees the game of football.
So what you're saying is this is more of it's not just about the offense. This is more of a Sean Payton thing now.
Yeah, a bit of a philosophy.
Going into week 2, Sean Payton and Bo Nix. And what do they look like? And what's the game plan for Sean? It's like, stick with the run long enough. Have consecutive plays where you can go run, pass. Make it third and manageable because you are passing the ball. It's going to open up your play-action game. But also for Bo, when you do have an opportunity to check a play to a run or you're not feeling confident, check that play to a run. It's okay if you don't go out there and throw for 300 yards. And when they do play zone, which the coach will play zone on Bo Nix because Bo Nix has struggled, make the right decisions. The dump down passes. All right, hit the tight ends when they're open. And when there is an opportunity to hit a strike, to air it out, just to kind of stretch the defense out and give you room in the middle, do that. But this is where it's like, Bo, do your job, and Sean, give him the keys to do his job. Let Marvin Mims get going a little bit more. You got rid of Bailey for Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant, but yet Pat Bryant had 4 plays and Troy Franklin never got to open up. This is all about Sean Payton in week 2 when it comes to the offense. And it starts with running the ball. R.J. Harvey is explosive. J.K. Dobbins, he can run, he can do the dirty work for you. But you have to establish some type of identity like we have been talking about for damn near 2 years. And that's why I said for me the identity should be run first, pass second until you can kind of get your receivers together.
Well, here was Bo Nix yesterday talking about trying to find the balance that he doesn't have to wear a cape on game day and do everything.
Yeah, for sure. But at the same time, you want to go out there and score points and be productive because our offense can do that. So it's not about being perfect. It's just about being the best that I can be, and I know that I can be a lot better. And so even if I would have gone out there and been, a few completions short of being perfect, I think I could have gone out there and found ways to complete those passes. So, it's not about the stats or it's not about perfection by the outside, but it's just for me, it's a standard that I have for myself, and I know I can be better. So, but yeah, as your question was, it was with our defense, we can definitely just make sure at times we give them great field position, and we'll get the ball back, and then we can keep going right to work. And we gave them a few bad field positions, but they overcame it, and that's going to happen. So overall, definitely want to play complementary football, but definitely have high standards for our offense.
So there's a difference between playing perfect and playing clean.
Yeah.
Like, football is a game about mistakes. I mean, it's never going to be perfect. It's 11 on 11.
Zach, football is a dirty sport. Once you get done with the game, your jersey should be filled with grass stains. It's dirty. It's not clean.
Yes.
You're going to make mistakes.
Yeah, you're going to make mistakes. But at the same time, it's the backbreaking turnovers that can't happen. So you can have a game that's imperfect. Almost every game is going to be imperfect, but at the same time clean. And it feels like if the Broncos don't turn the football over, if they're a 0 in that category on Sunday, they're going to have a great chance. They're going to win the game. If they're at even or plus in the they're going to win. But if what happened a week ago, you'll lose. They will lose on Sunday if they have some of those critical mistakes in the turnover category.
And guys, I'm going to tell you this right now. Don't think that the offensive players are happy in that locker room right now.
No.
You're stepping through those doors. Your defense is happy. They're in the locker room smiling because they know they're doing their job. But offensively, you're looking at each other like we have to do our part. Because at some point when you're sitting there with your teammates on the defensive side of the ball and you guys are talking and maybe you guys start like going at it a little bit in a fun way, they may say something to you that it may be fun, but it really isn't.
Right.
They're letting you know, hey, you need to pick your stuff up.
Yep.
Like, we can't sit here and continue to help you guys out, and then one of these days we don't do it, and now everybody's blaming the defense when you guys aren't doing your part.
Right.
So offensively, you know that you're feeling some type of pressure. Bo Nix knows he's feeling some type of pressure. One, he's the franchise quarterback, and two, he didn't have a good game. And so now you go back to the drawing board and say, what can we do to be successful? Less is more in this situation this week 2.
Agreed.
Run more, don't pass as much, and have set up plays in the red zone. That's the success that you need to get the confidence up under you and a confidence into a young quarterback still.
Yep. The best unit on the field for any football team is going to be the Broncos defense.
Yeah.
So don't put them in horrible situations like you did the 7 days prior. So we'll see if they can do it. In terms of what you want to see different week over week, the Marvin Mims factor has got to get the volume turned up on it here.
Oh, yes. So you're with Mims now.
It's just the reality of the situation.
I thought you were Pat Bryant for receiver too. Now you're saying Mims. Huh?
Well, hold on.
Switching up.
The Pat Bryant thing.
Switch up is crazy.
The Pat Bryant thing is going to evolve organically. But Marvin Mims is in year number 3. And we're talking about this guy being a bona fide number 2 receiver.
Yeah.
And finishing the season the way that he did over the course of 7 games. That's more than a little bit. 7 games that he directly impacted for the Broncos. We just need to see the volume on Marvin Mims. And I'm talking about, like, when I originally said it, I'm thinking like the volume on like a speaker.
Yeah.
But like the volume of his targets. Yeah.
Feel his presence. We
double
need to
meaning.
Feel
Yeah.
his presence. It can't just be punt and kick returns.
Right.
But as a receiver, some end arounds, maybe at running back like they were doing last year with him, like just get him involved. But you're right, volume of the receptions to help Cortland out. Cortland is going to be your steady Eddie, your guy that you can rely on. But who's going to take pressure off of court, especially if Evan Ingram does not end up playing in this game, which is something we need to look at.
Yeah, and I'm just expecting him not to play. Are you expecting to see Evan Ingram?
I see. This is where it's like, hey, man, like you talk about the calf. I've never really had to deal with a calf injury. Like it's the long game as well. Like,
totally.
Is it worth putting Evan Ingram out there for a game and he ends up hurting it again and now he's out for 5 weeks? Or do you let him rest, rely on Lucas Kroll and Adam Trotman? I mean,
I'm resting him, dude.
You're resting him?
Yeah, you cannot play with that.
Yeah, knowing that you have Chargers, Cincy, and Philly right around the corner.
Yeah, and all your divisional games.
And
and obviously the Chargers being one of those. But yeah, it's so early. But the games are massively important here. All these games are important. You play 17 of these things. That's why this country is obsessed with this sport. 17 total games. But so while the importance of these upcoming games are going to be massive, including this one here, his importance to the long view of the season is more important than Sunday's game. Whether the Broncos win or lose it, you're going to need Evan Ingram in the fold here. So I would be cautious and conservative, and if it's even close, if it's even, and we've talked about it. These calves lead to Achilles. We
like you're talking like a true general manager. You know what Sean's going to say? Rub some dirt on it. No sugar days.
You think so?
Sean wants to win this game.
Of course.
And if Evan Ingram comes up to him and says, hey, coach, I want to play. I'm ready to play. I think Sean's going to listen to his players. Do I think it's the right decision or a smart decision at this point? No, because it is about the long game. And you have to protect players from themselves sometimes.
Sure.
But also for Sean, it's like, yo, you're our joker. We didn't do well offensively. I kind of want you to play. Even if your presence is there, they have to game plan for you.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they don't make a something bad even worse. So I'm okay with him not playing this weekend. I'm setting my expectation as such. And I'd love to be pleasantly surprised, but I am not going to be let down on Sunday if we don't hear that Evan Ingram's in the starting lineup. Just take it easy. Take it easy. Super long season ahead.
Kroll time to shine, huh?
I guess, hey, Kroll started anyway.
He did.
That's a trivia question. Who caught the first pass of the 2025 Broncos season that year that they went on to win the Super Bowl? It was Lucas Kroll.
So maybe Cecil was right after all.
Maybe so. About Kroll and the Super Bowl. We'll see. Hey, we have a really interesting football game tonight in the NFL for multiple reasons, and we'll touch on it next.
After grinding out a win against the Titans, will Sean Payton get his offense back on track? Will Vance Joseph slow down a surprisingly hot start from Daniel Jones? We'll break it all down on the Fan Football Pregame Show, live on game day starting at noon. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Stokely here from my friends at 5280 Waste Solutions of Denver. Unhappy with your home or business trash and recycling service? Need a temporary dumpster for a project? Call 5280 Waste Solutions at 303-529-2329. Colorado isn't just where they work, it's home. They guarantee swift, on-time pickup for residential and commercial customers. Make the switch and get reliable local service you can count on. Go to 5280waste.com. 5280 Waste Solutions, your hometown brand.
Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on The Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Time's running out, Colorado. Castle Rock Chevy GMC has supercharged savings on your favorite EVs. With the clock's ticking, September 30th is your last chance to claim the $7,500 federal EV tax credit. They've got a massive lineup of electric powerhouses, GMC Hummer EVs, Sierra Truck EVs, and Chevy's Equinox, Blazer, and Silverado EVs, all ready to roll off the lot. Whether you're chasing adventure or cutting your carbon footprint, Castle Rock Chevy GMC has your perfect EV match. But hurry, when the tax credit ends, so do the deals. Visit Castle Rock Chevy GMC today. Castle Rock Chevrolet GMC, where Colorado drives Chevy and GMC, and where Chevy drives America.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity, and the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup Total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams all in one place. And the way I watch, well, it's next level. It's the perfect fan flex. I've got all the action right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like I'm in the stadium. Sometimes I've got 4 games going on at once. Why? Because why not? On top of that, I get real-time notifications, live stats right on my TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K cable TV box.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I
do. Everyone does, but it's only U.S. Mortgages. Lock in a low rate today, and if rates fall in the future, we will redo your loan and lower your rate without any lender fees, including the appraisal. There's no limit to the number of times you can do this. Always have the lowest rate for life. Get our 475 5-year fixed rate, 5.89 APR. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Mike Evans here for Copperhead Plumbing. Your home doesn't have to flood before you know there's a problem. With the Mow and Flow Smart Water Shutoff System, you can monitor your home's water usage in real time right from your phone. You'll get notified the moment a leak starts. Trust Copperhead Plumbing for professional installation. Ask about installing a Mow and Flow system today.
Copperhead Plumbing, built to last. Call us once, you'll forget the past.
Copperhead Plumbing. They plumb different. They plumb custom.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game and the go-to spot for football season with wall-to-wall TVs, hearty eats, ice-cold drinks, and of course, those scenic views. It's a full-on experience whether you're catching college or pro games this season. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Summer's here. If you're in an accident, call Postman Law. Over $3 billion recovered. We fight for what you deserve. Call 844-POSTMAN now. That's 844-POSTMAN.
Want to partake in our contest? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on The Drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it. 1. All right, Thursday night football tonight. Let's talk about this a little bit. You have the Green Bay Packers, who looked excellent in Week 1. I mean, truly, the Packers looked the part. The final score of 27-13 over the Detroit Lions, in my opinion, did not truly reflect just how one-sided that game was. The Packers were in control from start to finish. Then they have a Washington team that I know a lot of people were expecting to take a step back here after going to the NFC title game a year ago with a rookie quarterback. They win their first game in convincing fashion as well, 21-6 over the New York Giants. What does your gut tell you about this, what honestly is one of the better Thursday night matchups of the season?
What my gut's saying is don't bet against Green Bay. Green Bay is that team that's ready to burst, that team that's ready to take that next step. Jordan Love, all right, he's found ways to get into the playoffs and actually win a couple playoff games, but then he stalls out. This year, they added a couple more pieces. You added Micah Parsons on the other side to go with a really good defense already. They're still a younger team. You have a great run game. I have to go with Green Bay. Green Bay's an established team with a rail-run offense and defense because of the coaching staff, Zach. And I don't want to throw no shade at the Commanders because they're tough. But it seems like Green Bay, like, they're just ready for this year. Like, this is their year. That's how they feel.
Man, I agree with a lot of what you said. I like Green Bay tonight. I think they are just a little bit further ahead of where Washington is in their just football arc. So I'll take the Packers at home. The spread on the game is 3.5, I believe. So
It's smart copying me. I mean, I'm winning in all the pick'ems. You go with me, Zach. Roll with me.
I like Green Bay. I think Green Bay this year could be who we thought they were going to be a year ago. Because you remember a year ago, we came into last year like that team could win the Super Bowl. When they came in for a joint practice, we were like, this is a Super Bowl contending team. What a cool litmus test. Because it was the previous season, not last year, but the previous season, they went into Dallas and scored 45 points.
Yeah, blew them out and then almost beat the 49ers, who, by the way, ended up going to the Super Bowl that year.
Right. So we came into last season like Green Bay's poised to make this jump. But I agree with you. I think this year will be the year that they make that leap. Micah Parsons could potentially put them over the top. He got to the quarterback in week number 1, sacking Jared Goff. I think he gets another one tonight. I like the Packers. Anyone there behind the glass have an opinion on the game tonight? No, Drew, Dante, any opinion on the game?
I mean, I think it'll be fun, but I don't have like a lean on either way. I'm excited to see that defense though, because last week they had Jared Goff, who's kind of a statue back there. Complete opposite this week, and maybe top 3 mobile quarterback in Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm excited to see how that dynamic works out.
All right, we'll see how it all plays out. Kickoff here in just a few hours. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right, this weekend, Friday night, tomorrow night, in just over 24 hours, your Buffs going into Houston, Texas.
Buffaloes.
To play the Cougars. This is Willie Fritz this week talking about preparing for multiple quarterbacks.
Well, you look at the plays that were called, and just a little bit I've been watching, and you're right, they played all 3 guys this past game against Delaware. I think it's kind of similar with what they're running. They've got an offense. Now, maybe one guy will do a little bit something different than the other, but it's an offense that they run, and they've got a NFL offensive coordinator, former offensive coordinator. I think he's the head coach someplace, wasn't he, Coach Schumer? Right? Isn't that right? But they do a great job of mixing run and pass and doing a whole lot of different things. I'm sure we'll see different stuff, that he feels like can take advantage of us.
Will anyone other than Ryan Staub attempt a pass tomorrow night?
No. Ryan Staub is the man of the hour, the man of the 3 hours that they're going to play. I think that Coach Prime wants to establish a quarterback, and Ryan Staub needs more opportunities, and he needs to get in a rhythm process, and that's something that has to happen. By the way, man, the coach right there whispering in our ears, man, has me feeling a little dirty. Like the Yin Yang twins or something. Let me whisper in your ear.
Oh, my God.
Why my man whispering like that?
I don't know. I think I watched the presser. He doesn't look like he's whispering. That's just kind of how he talks.
Yeah.
But it does sound like a whisper. I don't know, man. I don't. What I'm trying to figure out is how long the leash is for Staub. So if you come out and you sort of say the first 3 series happens,
yeah,
and it produces a field goal. Are we sure? You're gonna roll them out there for a 4th series? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure about this.
You think they're gonna roll with one other quarterback? Are we going all 3? What's the deal?
No, not all 3.
Next? If it's not Ryan Staub, then who?
Salter.
So you go right back to Salter.
Yeah. It wouldn't shock me at all. It wouldn't shock me at all. Because if this guy was not in your plans 8 days ago at all, you're telling me he's got a longer leash now than Salter, who was a starter at the season, who he barely had a leash?
Do you think that Salter sees the field only if Staub is struggling?
Oh, yeah.
Or do they have packages for Salter in the red zone?
It's a good question. Oh, man. I guess it's possible.
Just anything to get this offense going, I guess. I mean, Caden Salter does have 2 touchdowns on the ground already.
Right.
In the red zone, he's been really, really good because he can utilize his feet. We don't know how much Ryan Staub is going to run. And at this point, we got to get it where we can. Get some touchdowns on the board, lean on our defense, hope for some turnovers. It's going to be a tough game.
It is going to be a tough game. The Buffs are the underdog in this game. All right? The number on the game went all the way up to 6. Now, I think it's back down to 5.5 is last time I seen, so that was a little bit too much. So money started coming back in on CU. 6 points was too much. But yeah, this is, I mean, again, and I go back to what we talked about before the season. I looked at the game at Houston as an absolute swing game. This is a matchup game. This is two relatively even teams. They're not always going to be like that. It's not going to be like that when you have Utah, right? That's not going to be that way. Iowa State, you're going to be at a real disadvantage. You should have a real advantage over a team like Arizona next week at Wyoming. This game is a matchup coin flip game. And I think if the Buffs can't find a way to win this game tomorrow night, the idea that they're going to be, 7-8 wins, yeah. I'm going to start to now I had them at 6-6 regardless, but I'm going to start to really doubt the ceiling of the football team if they lose tomorrow night in Houston.
I'm going to talk like Willie Fritz for you.
Let's go, Buffs.
I'm going to whisper that. I agree with you, man. It's going to be one of these things where for Buffs, like, they're going to have to find a way to win this game. It's a conference game.
Yep.
Like, go out there, find a way to upset Houston, and let's get the ball rolling.
And if you do win, you have Wyoming next week. There's no reason why you shouldn't be 3-1.
Yeah.
Heading into BYU on ESPN. So the next 3 weeks starting tomorrow night are all ESPN primetime matchups. So
there you go.
Here we go. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
All right, just to wrap this up here, I want to pass along the official injury report from Broncos practice that wrapped up not long ago. Evan Ingram did practice today in a full capacity. That is really encouraging.
It is.
And based off what because I'm just finding this out here a handful of minutes ago, I'm altering because I wasn't expecting to see Evan Ingram.
Well, I'll tell you this. Just because they say full doesn't mean he was out there truly practicing like that. Maybe he went through a couple team periods or maybe a couple plays, but he's out there. So at least he's out there interacting and taking or catching the ball from Bo Nix. Now, I don't know how much he is practicing because they used to do that to me as well, where it's like, hey, you're out there for maybe 1 or 2 plays, and that's considered full.
All right. Well, he's listed at full. We weren't there, so we don't know exactly was he full. Other good news, John Franklin Myers did practice today after not practicing at all yesterday. That's encouraging. Alex Singleton was dealing with a thumb injury. He practiced in a full capacity, at least on paper. The one guy who continues to not practice at all not limited, not nothing. It's Dre Greenlaw. And so it's not shocking news, but just wanted to pass it along. It's more the theme sort of continues with Greenlaw. So, all right, take a quick time out. There was a guy who was noticeably absent from the Broncos game plan last week. Will that remain the case in week 2? That's next.
Will J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey be featured more on offense? Will the Broncos defense carry the team to another victory? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football Postgame Show. Live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This is Jeff for Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, where our testosterone therapy can help you sleep better, improve your sex drive, give you better gains in the gym, and more. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Brad.
My name is Brad. I've been a patient of Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic for over 3 years now. I just turned 50, and over the last couple of years, I've frankly just been tired. I've been more lethargic, didn't have the energy levels that I normally had when I came into Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. These guys are absolutely phenomenal. Losing weight, having more energy, all that's been a tribute to the testosterone therapy. And frankly, that's been a game changer for my life, my family, and my business. I am a huge fan, and I recommend it to all my friends. If you're feeling like I've been feeling, I would get in here, see these guys right away. Don't wait. Call Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and change your life.
Thanks, Brad. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Call 720-440-7900. That's 720-440-7900. Or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
Don't let the wrong gear ruin your time in the field. Upgrade your arsenal with premium brands at great prices during the Shields Hunting Sale event now through September 14th. Score free tax stamps for suppressor purchases over $5.99 and save big on Sitka, Lucky Duck, Shields Outfitters, and Shot Shells from the top brands. Join the community of hunters who trust Shields experts to outfit their adventures and get more bang for your buck now through September 14th at Shields.
Brandon Stokely here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Huge heat pump rebates have been extended and are still available. My team at ROX are heat pump experts. The energy rebates and tax credits are unreal right now. You can get up to $12,000 off a new heat pump system, the best way to heat and cool your home. Colorado's hometown team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Whether it's kickoff, halftime, or the final drive, fuel your football season at Dickey's Barbecue Pits. Order the Two Can Dine for $29.99 deal. Two meat plates stacked with pit smoke flavor. Or go for the new triple play combo. A classic sandwich, savory side, and a big yellow cup for just $12.99. No matter who you're rooting for, great barbecue is always a win. Dickey's Barbecue Pit, legit. Texas barbecue.
If you've been living on credit cards just to cover groceries, gas, and bills, you know those interest rates are brutal. Why keep paying 20% or more to the banks when you could call my friends at American Financing? They have mortgage rates in the 5s, and they are showing people every day how to keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket. Right now, American Financing is helping homeowners save an average of $800 a month by using their equity to wipe out high-interest debt with no upfront fees, no obligation, and just a 10-minute call to a salary-based mortgage consultant. And here's the kicker. If you start today, you could delay 2 mortgage payments, putting even more cash in your hands right away. Don't wait. Call American Financing now at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.327% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
It's your last chance to take advantage of EV federal tax credits at Siltar Motors. This month, get the all-electric F-150 Lightning or the head-turning Mustang Mach-E with 0% interest for 72 months or lease credits up to $11,000 off. Check out their current selection of EVs at sthmotors.com to get the EV you want before they are gone. Siltar Motors has got the best location, the biggest EV selection in Denver, and the most competitive pricing in Colorado. Siltar Motors will deliver everything you want out of a dealership.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Roller Auctions.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
There was someone who was noticeably absent from the Broncos game plan last weekend. Will that remain the case here in week number 2 as the Broncos play their first road game of the season? Where was Pat Bryant?
MIA.
Truly.
Sitting there looking at the football game with us, Zach.
Have you ever suited up for an NFL game day and only got like that number of snaps?
Yeah, actually 2018. We're playing the Rams. And I don't know what happened, Zach, but literally I didn't get in the game at all. I think I may have got like 3 carries. and I just sat there and it was cold. I sat there and I just watched.
Was this early in the season?
It was like, I want to say midway through the season. Demaryius
Really?
Thomas was still on the team. And
This is your rookie year, 1,000 yards.
Year, and I was doing well.
I remember that.
And you know what? They do weird stuff like that. And that's when I think Royce was coming back and like, hey, that's their vision. That's their vision. So let's give Royce more opportunities. Which, to me, if you're gonna do something like that, communicate it. Communicate it. Like, don't act like you're gonna play a player and then don't play him. I went home that day. I was cool. I went home and talked to my dad, and he was like, it is what it is, son. Like, you move on. Like,
that was week 6.
Week 6, and he was like, hey, like, think of it as a blessing. Like, you didn't get banged up. You'll be ready for next week, and you move on from there. So
yeah, I'm seeing it right now. You got 4 carries, and you had 4.5 yards to carry.
Yeah. And I just sat there.
And Royce had 9 carries for 22 yards, 2.5 yards a carry.
Yeah, and then in Royce, they want him to be more the third down back. So Royce was in there a lot for the pass catching as well. So I just sat there with a jacket on and just watched the game like you and I do now.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened to Pat Bryant in his first NFL game. And I think, well, let's hear from Sean first. Sean was asked about it yesterday, and the framework of the question is that, like, is there something that he needs to improve and or see him, take a step forward before he gets more opportunities? And this is what Sean said.
No, it's something I just think in our groupings we can improve that. That was part of the the day after, right away on my desk I have plays for all the players, the offensive linemen tell me how many plays there were offensively, at least graded, and then special teams, total pitch count, and so we can improve that.
We can improve that. It sounds like that Pat Bryant just sort of got lost in the shuffle in week 1.
Yeah, exactly what it sounds like. I mean, a rookie receiver, you're trying to get Marvin Mims going and Evan Ingram going, and of course Cortland Sutton has to have his targets. That it's like, hey, Pat Bryant, you're just kind of there for right now. Troy Franklin's another one. Like, you're trying to get him going too because of his speed. That you do forget about Pat Bryant because he's a rookie. Because he specifically does certain things for you. Like, he's really good in the run game, but on top of that, maybe he's good with the short game, the intermediate game, like Vele was. But it's about finding for Pat Bryant, it's about finding his home. Like, what is he really good at? Star in that role until he gets a bigger increased role, and you go from there.
Well, we talked about Pat Bryant expectations before the season ever kicked off, and I think that they were pretty realistic. And I don't exactly remember what we put as like yardage at, but as we sit here today, I am anticipating, Sean putting an emphasis on this. All right, Sean focusing on it just a little bit more, and as the season unfolds, his role is going to grow, and that's what
should his focus be there though for Sean? Like, focus on making sure that Pat Bryant gets more opportunities.
Yeah, I think that needs to be not a singular focus, but it needs to be part of your consciousness that if, like, you think highly of this guy and you think that he can help you win football games, it doesn't have to be. What I said was in the preseason, my like sort of forecast or outlook for Pat Bryant was the Vele forecast. Mm-hmm. That like throughout the season, his role is just going to sort of grow. He'll earn more trust, maximize opportunities, and by week 13, this guy could be getting, I don't know, I'd say maybe, and again, I'm being realistic, maybe 5 targets on a game day.
I mean,
4 targets, something like that.
You get rid of your second best receiver, pure receiver in Vele, and you're saying, hey, we're going to do a baby ramp up or a ramp up with Pat Bryant. I just don't get it.
What do you mean?
What I'm trying to get at is, like, why get rid of Vele right now when you could have kept Vele as for a depth piece, and as Pat Bryant started to emerge as the season went on, try to trade Vele throughout the season if that was the case. Because now you have Pat Bryant on the roster, but he's just sitting there. You have Marvin Mims on this roster. You're not getting him involved. Troy Franklin's another one that you're not getting involved. I'd rather see Sean Payton get Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims going before Pat Bryant now.
That's fair. No, that's fair. That is totally fair. I just think that organically, as this season evolves, you're gonna see Pat Bryant. Like, you're gonna see him. You seem kind of down on Pat Bryant.
I'm not down on Pat Bryant. I'm not, because I don't know what we have in Pat Bryant. I know that he did well in a preseason game, and everybody went crazy, even Sean himself, and that's why Vele was out the door. But also, it's like caution yourself a little bit, because this is the NFL. This is not preseason, but this is regular season play. You're going good on good, and if you're not ready for the moment, it will pass you by right now.
Well, how can he be ready for the moment when he's got 4 snaps out there?
The thing about this is it's not preseason. You're not going to give Pat Bryant an opportunity after opportunity. He may get 4 plays.
How
get
about opportunity? Not opportunity after.
Get in where you fit in.
I mean, well,
get open. He was in 4 plays. Where was he at? Getting open.
Holy smokes! Listen
Get
to
open.
you.
Get open.
Played 4 plays. Get open.
Or get open.
I mean, what?
Get open.
That is hysterical.
Pat Bryant, we're going to just ease him on. And
he's a
we
rookie.
don't have time.
He's a rookie.
We don't. Rookies, there's some rookies that are ready to roll right now.
I know, but he's
got rid of Bailey for a reason.
He's got to think. He's not a running back.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of personnel going in and out.
There is a lot. All right, we'll play some trivia coming up next.
Denver is headed east to take on Indianapolis. Kick your football Sunday off in style with Denver Game Day, powered by Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Live on Game Day starting at 10 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Wow, Leslie, your fireplace really sucks.
I beg your pardon?
Well, what I mean is your fireplace is literally sucking all the air out of your house and right up the chimney every time you burn it.
Well, what can I do about it?
Well, you could get a high-efficiency gas insert from Cozy Heat. It keeps all the air you already pay the utility company to heat, and it returns up to 80% of the fire's heat back into your house.
I'd use my fireplace every chance I get if I could do that. Maybe my furnace wouldn't need to run so much.
Well, that's the whole point. Hi, this is Keith Lair with Lair Fireplace and Patio, along with my niece Leslie, to tell you how a gas insert from Cozy Heat will give you the incentive to use your fireplace again. Cozy Heat gas fireplaces and inserts are made to crank out the heat with beauty and style.
Lair's is Denver's oldest, most trusted name in fireplaces. Family owned and operated since 1954.
We'll even give you a free in-home quote, including expert installation by our own certified in-house installers.
Find us on the web at lairfireplacepatio.com.
For top quality Cozy Heat fireplaces and inserts, it's Lair Fireplace and Patio, Denver's fireplace experts.
What's up, everybody? Summertime is, unfortunately, it's over. But you know what that means. Game days. Football is back, Broncos country. And whether you're heading to Empower Field or traveling to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, you got to get there on time and in style. I'm here to actually sweeten your day by telling you this. You can get up to 30% off of your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for the entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention that code PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. Let my friends at Hermes Worldwide handle all the traffic and parking for you so that they can get you to and from the game safely. And all you need to do is focus on the important stuff, watching your favorite team stack those wins. So I want you to give Hermes Worldwide a call today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, you can give them a call at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Do you want the lowest rate for life? Get our 4.75 5-year fixed. APR is 5.89.
Did you say 4.75% fixed for 5 years?
Yes.
Yeah, I want that, but what if rates fall?
Our lowest rate for life program takes over. If rates fall even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee and no limits to the number of times used. Only at U.S. Mortgages. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Hey, it's Zach. Winter's coming. Don't wait. Order windows or siding from 5280 Exteriors before the snow flies. 15-year low-interest financing with no prepayment penalty. Call now for your free quote and see how low your payment can go. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
When you're hurt in a car crash or on the job, Postman Law delivers. Don't just hope for help, demand results. Others promise. Postman delivers with ease, speed, and results. Call 844-POSTMAN today. That's 844-POSTMAN.
Back to school today, college before you know it. College Invest 529 savings accounts make saving easy and qualify for a Colorado tax deduction. Open yours before another year passes. collegeinvest.org.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, welcome back to it. We are officially rolling downhill here on a Thursday as we enter the back half of our 4-hour program. Appreciate you guys being with us. So we switched it up here in the last month or so. We used to do trivia on Fridays, but during football season, we're going to bump it to Thursdays just so we can stay focused on, setting the stage and the full-blown pregame and all that stuff, which we will do tomorrow. Looking forward to tomorrow's show already. So without further ado, do we know how the morning show did in trivia?
They went 3-1, I think.
3-1? Okay.
Yep.
How did we
missed
do?
The Derek Fisher question.
They missed the Derek Fisher question for most games played in the playoffs after LeBron James. We gave him a list of options.
They were down between him and Robert Ory, though.
Oh,
so
really?
50,
he made it to the end?
Missed.
Oh, wow. Wow. All right.
And we struggled last week, right?
We struggled last week. We were 1-3. First time that they beat us in like a month and a half, I want to say.
Oh.
So we are.
I was on IR. Shocker.
You were on IR? Yes. Yes. Addition by subtraction. Some said. But then we struggled. So let's bring our heads together and Dante Gomez, hit the music.
In the last 15 years, 2 pitchers have won the MLB American League or National League MVP award. Name them.
So 2 pitchers in the last 15 years that have won the MVP. Okay. This is not Cy Young. This is winning the league MVP. Clayton Kershaw comes to mind.
Clayton Kershaw is one of them.
Okay, you know that for sure.
Yes.
Awesome.
With the Dodgers, right?
Yep.
Yes.
The other one, I
man.
think I know, but I'm not sure.
Okay, hold on. Phil, you want to throw out a pitcher?
Name any pitcher.
Besides Kyle Freeland.
Shohei.
Yeah.
Keep going. So, what's his whole name?
Shohei Ohtani.
There he is.
He has won MVP, and he's a pitcher.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that counts, though.
Oh, wow.
But there's also another guy I'm thinking of that could be the answer.
Now, didn't he get something specific with AL and NL?
He said either or.
Oh, okay. So Shohei winning the MVP would count.
And
he
should.
He won MVP, though.
He did.
Oh,
He did.
But Drew, didn't Justin Verlander win it?
I believe he did.
And I think that's more the answer they're looking
Verlander.
for.
Wow. I mean, could it be a flawed question?
Kind of sounds like it's steering that way.
Well, I mean, Shohei's like a one of one. That's,
but he's a pitcher.
Second, he's a pitcher.
No, but he's also DH.
But he's a pitcher.
We know. That's what makes him Shohei.
You don't think that they would try to trick us with that?
Not intentionally.
Not intentionally.
Right. I agree with that.
Damn, I'm good.
So Verlander. Oh, God.
Phil, name a second pitcher.
No. I come back. I'm tired of the slander. I'm tired of it. I come back, and we start to do well. Okay.
So, hold on. What is your guys' confidence index when it comes to Justin Verlander winning the MVP?
80%?
Yeah, I'm with Dante on that one. I feel really good about it.
But here's the thing. we're 100% sure that Shohei has won MVP.
Correct.
That is correct.
Uh-huh.
And I'm 100% sure Kershaw did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kershaw did it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it would be. You would think it's two. Well, I guess he wasn't a Dodger when he won it.
I think he means two only pitchers. Should we listen to the question again?
Sure.
In the last 15 years, 2 pitchers have won the MLB American League or National League MVP award. Name them.
So is Verlander
I mean, that's a pretty
American or national? Or is one?
Well, it doesn't even matter because
he says or.
He says or.
He says or. Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter.
Okay.
I don't know.
I feel like our final answer should be Kershaw, Verlander, and Shohei.
Just all 3?
Just all 3, because technically it is all 3 of them. If that is correct.
All right. Let's just go. Let's just go Verlander and Clayton Kershaw and Shohei.
Yeah, and Shohei because it's the truth.
All right. Go ahead and send it in.
Send it in, Jerome!
The answer is Justin Verlander and Clayton Kershaw.
All right, we're going to give ourselves a bonus point.
At least a half point, right?
Half point, so if we tie with them, we actually win.
There you go.
Oh,
I love it.
I love that.
I love it.
All right, good start, boys. What's next?
Which NBA player spent the most seasons playing for one team? Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, Udonis Haslem, Dirk Nowitzki, or John Stockton?
I got my answer.
I do too.
Who you got?
I think so. Obviously, all these guys played with their organizations for an extremely long period of time. Haslam sticks out because he served in almost like a player coach role, but he was in uniform.
And he just retired 2 years ago?
Yeah. See, I was going with Haslam.
That's where my head went too.
He was on the 06 team too.
He was.
So that puts him in at least 18 years.
Now that's so how many did Kobe play? I think Kobe played 19 years. But that's assuming that his first year was 2006.
Yeah, Haslam's could be more than that. I just know he was for sure on the 06 team, and then he did retire 2 years ago.
And rest in peace, Kobe's been, he retired and then he's gone.
Dirk was also on the 06 team and then retired a few years ago as well, though.
Right, but Haslam lasted.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Dirk's been gone for 5 years?
Well, Dirk
now?
and Luka overlapped for one season. I know that.
Okay.
Was it one?
It was 1 year.
And I think Luka is. Well, Luka was MPJ's draft.
The 2018?
So I think he's 5 years in?
Oh, not 2018 then.
No, it was later than that, I think. I think it's Haslam.
Yeah, I do too.
I like Haslam.
But the one that I'm not sure is Kobe.
What about Tim Duncan, throwing him out?
Tim's been. He was there.
I mean,
for a while.
I think his first year was 1999.
You remember his last year?
I know he didn't make it 20 years.
No, he didn't make it 20. He wasn't still in the league in 2019, was he?
He may have been gone by 15 or 16.
Well, he was on those Spurs teams that were facing the Warriors in the playoffs when the Warriors were the Warriors. So that was 16, 17, 18, 19.
Holy smokes.
I think all of these guys are going to be within a year.
Yeah, I think so.
I like Haslam though, man.
Hold on, we haven't talked about Stockton at all.
No. Did he
Stockton might have played 20 years.
And it was all with the Jazz.
All with the Jazz.
A team you wouldn't think of. They don't get a lot of national attention.
They did when he played, though.
Yeah.
Going to the finals.
Yeah, back-to-back years, 97, 98. I think it's John Stockton or Udonis Haslem. Let's go with Haslem. That was our initial, but is that what they want?
Because it's so new and fresh, and he's on TV now, and
right.
But also with Stockton, hey,
oh god,
he was back in the day, so you're thinking okay, he's gonna last longer.
Well, he also
everybody lasts longer back in the day.
He also probably played college basketball though, which
did
can take some years off.
He did.
You guys remember where he played?
Gonzaga.
His son played there too.
I believe so. Yeah.
I'm good with either. I don't have a lean.
God, the Stockton thing is just looming in the background. Let's go with Haslam, though. That was our initial. Even if it's the throw our sent off, we all initially thought it could be Haslam. Let's go with our initial gut. Udonis Haslam. Final answer. Send it in.
Send it in, Jerome!
The answer is Dirk Nowitzki.
Whoa!
No.
Dirk.
I might have a flag here. Did he come over right when he got drafted?
I think he did.
Okay. Flag's taken back.
Well, we'll have to look it up. But he came in. I want to say he was in. Was he in Kobe's class in like '96? Golly.
So Dirk he was 21 years.
Wow.
21 seasons.
21 seasons. Yeah.
Wow.
How much was Haslam?
Kobe was second at 20 seasons. Haslam was third with 20 seasons as well.
Well, tied for second
Yeah.
then. All right.
Duncan and Stockton 19 each.
Wow. That was a good question. That's just a
was.
missed opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Which first-time NFL head coach has the most regular season wins in their first season of coaching? Sean McVay, Kevin O'Connell, Bill Cowher, Matt LaFleur, George Seifert, or Matt Nagy?
Holy smokes, they gave us 7 options?
The list keeps going.
My gut says Matt LaFleur because I think that when he took over, I want to say he took over for Mike McCarthy, right? And I think his first year they went 13-3, I want to say.
Over McVay? You want to go?
I think so.
Yeah, because the Rams when he took over were like a middling team, like 8-8 every year with Jeff Fisher.
Okay.
But my initial thought was Mike Tomlin. Or I'm sorry, not Mike Tomlin, Bill Cowher.
Yeah.
Because he took over for Chuck Noll, and they were always good every single year.
I mean, how many coaches have they had? And you're talking about the Steelers, right?
I think 3 since the moon landing.
Exactly. So because they continue to win every year, they're winning.
I
thought it was LaFleur too.
I just remember the stat about LaFleur. It was like no coach had won more games in his first 3 years than Matt LaFleur. And I think his first year they went 13-3.
Right.
Now it's possible that it's Cowher, but to surpass 13-3, you're 14-2. I feel like I don't know. I think it's Matt LaFleur.
All right, let's go with it then.
You guys think is that okay?
Yeah, that was my initial instinct as well.
All right, let's go Matt LaFleur. Final answer.
Send it in, Jerome!
The answer is George Seifert.
Wow.
Okay.
Must have gone 14-2 or 15-1.
Who did he take over for? Bill Walsh in San Francisco?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's just another missed opportunity. Let's try to finish this up here, D.
All right, guys, time for your curveball question. What is the highest grossing baseball movie of all time? Is it Field of Dreams, 42, A League of Their Own, Moneyball, or The Rookie?
I like Moneyball. That was a good one.
It was a good one.
I like Moneyball. Big
Brad
time
Pitt.
actor, Brad Pitt.
But 42 was really
42,
popular.
yeah.
It
was.
came out later on, which means you probably make more money off of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't go wrong with any of these options. Honestly.
What was The Rookie? What remind me of that one?
That was one with Dennis Quaid where he was like the old teacher.
Oh, yes,
and
yes,
came
yes,
in and
yes,
pitched in
yes.
the-
What about
Yes.
the dream?
That
the
one
dream
doesn't
of-
feel
Field of
like a
Dreams?
Field of
blockbuster.
Dreams?
No.
Same with Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like a blockbuster.
No, and League of Their Own, very popular, but not a block. I think 42.
42?
I do too.
I think so.
I love me some Moneyball, man. But let's go 42. 42, like Drew just said.
But you do got to weigh in, like, Moneyball did have Brad Pitt in it.
It did.
Right.
And Jonah Hill. Chadwick Boseman, not as much of a household name at that point.
That was a good movie, man.
really good
Great movie.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
But did it make more money than 42? Man, my gut says 42.
Mine does too.
42?
Yeah.
Your gut's been wrong a lot right now, lately.
Yeah.
But we can go 42.
What do you think?
I like
Moneyball?
Moneyball.
Dante?
I'm good with either. I think it's one of these two, though.
Yep, I agree.
42. I mean, let's go with it.
All right, let's go with 42. Let's go with 42. Final answer, send it in.
Send it in, Jerome!
The answer is A League of Their Own.
Wow. We've been off all day.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, with all the stars, we probably should have known. Tom Hanks, Gina Davis, Madonna.
It was also, wasn't that like early 90s?
It was early 90s, like 92, 93, I think is when that came out.
But that's when movies were making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like up until, I feel like there was kind of a turn at like 2015 when movies stopped making as much money.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Not good, boys.
No.
Not good.
No.
1-3 with Phil.
No, I was the only one to get it right.
Unbelievable.
Shohei.
Well, we get an extra half point, right?
Yes.
So technically,
Yes.
what, 1.5 and 2.5
Yes,
or
flawed
whatever?
question. Well,
Yeah.
they gave themselves a victory on a flawed question last week.
They did.
So 2-2. Not bad, boys.
Yeah.
Well, that
2
was,
and
the
2.
one, that was one we still got right.
No, we're going 2-2. We're going 2-2.
Simmer down.
All right. We are having a bit of a chicken or the egg conversation happening here ahead of week 2 for the Denver Broncos. And I want to talk about why coming up next.
Does Sean Payton need to make changes to his game plan after week 1?
He put his agenda and his offense and his quarterback, who he proclaimed to be trending towards being a top 4, top 5, and when that man struggles throughout the afternoon, it's almost like daddy ball. And I'm telling you, it's unacceptable and it's inexcusable.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Donnie here with Fitness Gallery. I'm thrilled to invite you to our biggest event of the season, the summer clearance sale happening right now at all 7 of our Colorado locations. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. These deals end soon.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR, advancedhair.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Cake Mortgage Corp. Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 1734623. Regulated by the Colorado Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply based on approved credit.
You've launched startups and created jobs right here in Denver. But have you tried getting a mortgage? Big banks all say the same thing. Sorry you don't claim enough income on your tax returns. Have they seen your cash flow? Your employees get mortgages, but you can't? You built the tech stack that runs their bank and they're denying you? That's insane. At cakehome.com, we look at your bank deposits or certified profit and loss statement to get you approved fast. Cake is your self-employed mortgage expert, which means we understand complex income streams. If you're self-employed, a founder, or freelancer, someone who's built something real, you don't need to show a W-2, 1099, or K-1 to get approved. Call 1-888-EAT-CAKE. That's 1-888-EAT-CAKE to learn what makes us different.
Attention golf lovers, the city of Aurora has you covered this fall. Home to 5 beautiful courses, there's no better place to play than Aurora. What's up, guys? It's Zach here. I enjoy leaf peeping every fall, but instead of heading to the mountains, I'm heading to my local Aurora golf courses. Saddle Rock, Aurora Hills, Spring Hill, Meadow Hills, and Murphy Creek have stunning Rocky Mountain views with the fall colors we adore. For more information and to book a tee time, visit golfaurora.com and give them a follow on Facebook, X, and Instagram at golfaurora.co.
Marketing can feel overwhelming. Where to start? What works? What doesn't? That's where your marketing experts at Denver Sports come in. Audio, video, online marketing, and we know how to cut through the noise so your customers finally hear your story. You don't have to waste time guessing or spinning your wheels. We'll guide you with a proven plan that turns your marketing into growth. Let us handle the hard part. You do the easy part. Head over to DenverSports.com and click Advertise with us and start growing your business today.
Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on The Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
I'm Dr. Joel Cherdak with Denver Regenerative Medicine. If you're ready to lose weight safely and effectively, we prescribe real GLP-1 medications at standard dosages from licensed U.S. pharmacies, not half-strength drugs from unknown or online sources. Your care is managed by a real medical doctor at a real clinic with telemedicine available. And right now, we're offering a free consultation to help you get started. See real results for under $300 a month. Schedule your free consult today at DenverRegen.com. That's DenverRegen.com.
Any jewelry store can sell you a diamond, but there's only one family jeweler in Colorado that was literally built on them.
In fact, we've sold more diamonds to more couples for more years than any other jeweler in Denver. I'm Bruce Williams.
And I'm Steve Williams. That's why we built Williams Jewelers, 2 stores totally dedicated to celebrating your love.
All the world's top bridal designers, 10 times the certified loose diamonds at our diamond bar.
And Denver's true diamond experts who will share their knowledge and passion on how to get the most diamond for your money guaranteed.
So whether you're looking for the perfect diamond engagement ring
or that second diamond celebrating a love of many years,
we have the perfect diamond for you.
And that's why every day more couples say will you with Williams.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers in Inglewood at Bellevue and Broadway, and in Cherry Creek North, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Embers Golf, where your passion meets the green.
Football is back, and it's time for you to get in the game. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is here to help, and we're giving away a PlayStation 5 bundle. Download the Denver Sports app and tap the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a PS5 console, a 70-inch flat-screen TV, plus copies of Madden 26 and College Football 26. Don't wait. Download the Denver Sports app now. 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, rolling right along here on a Thursday. And I feel like we have a chicken or the egg conversation happening ahead of week 2 for the Denver Broncos. I'll tell you why here in about 10 seconds. But first, football season is here. It's time for you to get in the game. Lucky for you, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is here to help by giving away a PS5 bundle. All you have to do to enter is download the Denver Sports app, click on the contest banner right there on the homepage, and there you have your chance to win a PS5, Madden 26, College Football 26, as well as a 70-inch TV. All right, what came first, the chicken or the egg? It's an age-old question. All right, there's no right way of answering it.
What do you think came first?
The chicken.
The chicken.
The chicken.
He just appeared.
The chicken. Yep. They used to, back in the day, and this is real, they believed in something called spontaneous generation. When they could not explain how something came to be, they said it just happened.
Just appeared.
So like worms, you ever, after a rain?
Yeah, they just...
Worms are on like the sidewalk?
Yeah, they just pop up.
How did the worms get there? We don't know. Spontaneous generation. And really, if you believe in The Big Bang, you talking about something spontaneously happening, allegedly? Now, I don't believe that, but I think there's too much design in our universe for something to be this accidental. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But I'm also not like super religious, so I'm not saying like God created the world in 7 days either. I don't know. I'm the guy raising my hand saying I don't know. Right? The scientists say they have it all figured out. Religion says they have it all figured out. I'm in the middle, like I don't know. I don't know.
Who knows?
But yeah. So chicken or the egg? I think this guy.
You think it's a chicken? You think the chicken just appeared? Let's go with it.
Let's go with it. All right. And I think that kind of conversation's happening to a certain degree here in Denver sports ahead of week 2 when it comes to the Colts. Are the Colts actually good in a way that you didn't anticipate? Or did they simply play a very bad football team? And that's why you see a final score of 33-8.
Zach, I'm not willing to go that far to say, like, hey, Miami is not a good football team, because the last I saw, Miami wasn't supposed to lose all their games or close to it. They're actually supposed to be a team that's fighting for a playoff spot, because you do have Tua that's supposed to be healthier. You do have 2 elite receivers because they are elite. Waddle is a really, really damn good receiver, and Tyreek Hill, other than the noise off of the field, on the field, he's still a guy that you have to watch all the time. The defense was supposed to be a little bit better. So I'm not buying that Miami is just a bad football team right now. It's week 1. What I am buying is the Colts are better than we all thought and think. That the Colts found a recipe with Daniel Jones. And it's crazy how much confidence a team can have when you start to believe in the quarterback, to believe the guy that's driving the car. Someone like Daniel Jones goes out there, he does a really good job of taking care of the football, had a lot of passing yards, had a touchdown in the air, and then had 2 on the ground.
Yeah, he was balling last week.
When that happens, it generates confidence throughout the whole entire team, each unit, special teams, defensively, offensively, where it's like, hey, we can do anything because our quarterback is ready to go. And so when you have something like that happen, everybody's playing fundamentally sound football. You have a situation in week 1 where you blow out the Miami Dolphins 33-8. So the Colts are a better team than we're thinking, and they run the ball, they stick with the run, they have more of an identity than some other teams out there.
Well, I have a tendency to agree with you. And both things can be true at the same time. Like Miami can not be as good as we anticipated, and I don't even know how good we anticipated Miami to be in the first place. Yeah. They're going to be solid, I would think. But they were really, really humanized in a way that I didn't see coming. I mean, Miami didn't score until later in the fourth quarter. Their first points of the game. I mean, they got roundly dominated by this Colts team, and I don't know. I think I lean more towards you. I think this is more about who Indianapolis is. They're going to be at home. The Colts are trying to be who the Broncos were a year ago, a much better team than anyone saw coming. And this is the NFL. It happens all the time. So, but I'm thinking of our buddy Will Peterson, who came in here last night in the final segment. And he's like, dude, I got to give you pushback. You said, you
said baby pushback.
Yeah, baby pushback. And, what did I say? I said the Colts are better than anticipated.
Yeah.
And that's all. And I think that's a fair statement after 1 week. And he was like, absolutely not. That team stinks. Daniel Jones stinks. If the Broncos can't be the Colts, they're in big trouble anyway. And I'm like, well, hold on a second. The NFL doesn't work like that. And it is, we call it a week-to-week league for a reason. And any week.
NFL is so hard. We cautioned everybody last week with the Tennessee Titans. What was that score? We ended up beating them 20-12.
2012.
20-12. And because of our defense, we were able to do that. What happens if Cam Ward has that opportunity and Calvin Ridley catches the ball down the middle of the field? What happens if the Titans find a way to score and you have to go into overtime? Like, we're talking about the Tennessee Titans that are not supposed to be a good team this year. They won't be because they're in the rebuild, and yet we barely beat them. Now you're getting ready to go on the road to Indianapolis with a team that has a lot of confidence, with a team that has players that have been together for a while. The reason why I know that is because I play with a lot of them. With the team that has a run game that they're going to rely on. I mean, Jonathan Taylor carried the ball 18 times. DJ Giddens, the second-string running back, carried it 12. Daniel Jones carried it 7. Like, this team is going to be a little bit more established than we think. And if we're going to win, special teams, offensively and defensively, everybody has to be on the same page, specifically the offense, when it comes to scoring points and staying on the damn field.
All right. If you want to weigh in, RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. We're fixing to find out here real soon. Real soon. And I can tell you this, and say this in conclusion. The odds makers don't care about opinions. They have this as a, man, did I hear this right? That the number's down to 1? Now, it's already moved a full point here yesterday. And
so if it's down to 1, is that because people are hitting on the Colts?
Yes, that would be what that means. And let me just double check. I was told it was around what? Yeah, man. I'm seeing a DraftKings 1.5. 1.5. So this is as close to a coin flip of any game in pro football. So let's not make sweeping assumptions here. And hopefully
these were supposed to be the 2 winnable games.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see how it looks on Sunday afternoon. Okay, there was a realistic scenario that the Colts and Broncos had a Freaky Friday when it comes to 2 players on the field this Sunday. That's next.
After grinding out a win against the Titans, will Sean Payton get his offense back on track? Will Vance Joseph slow down a surprisingly hot start from Daniel Jones? We'll break it all down on the Fan Football Pregame Show, live on game day starting at noon. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. It's football season, and did you know that I am the reigning fan staff champion in the King Supers Football Pick'em? Yep, Stokely, Schlereth, Zachby, Cecil Lammy, none of them can hang with the judge when it comes to football. Just like those made-for-TV lawyers can't hang with me in the courtroom. When you've been hurt in a car accident, you want the real deal, which is what you get when you call 303-LAW-4040. Not some made-for-TV character. When you call 303-LAW-4040, you speak directly with me or my lovely wife, Kimberly, not some call center overseas. And you get to meet with us in person for free. We never take a dime unless we win for you. Plus, no ridiculous fees like those TV characters. You were the one that was hurt, so the doctors and the lawyers shouldn't take all the money. So go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303-LAW-4040, 303-LAW-4040.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
Accidents happen, but don't let them ruin your summer. Postman Law has recovered over $3 billion for clients. Call 844-POSTMAN now for justice and fast compensation.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. I want to tell you about my new obsession. Turned onto him last year. Now I'm hooked. Daisy French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching the big game. Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip and a Daisy Ranch Dip, and these are game changers. These are as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. So look for Daisy French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Hi folks, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Home Improvements. My wife Susan and I started Done Right in our garage in 1985, doing a little of everything. We've grown to be one of the largest companies of our kind in Colorado, specializing in kitchens, baths, counters, floors, finished basements, and windows and doors. Serving Colorado 40 years. And what an adventure it's been. We've learned that the fundamentals of a successful business never change. That is, treat people like you want to be treated, do good work, price fairly, and back up what you say. That's our success formula. Here's our son Todd.
That's right, Dad. Been hearing that my whole life from you and Mom. Folks, whether it's a first-class kitchen renovation, an awesome turnkey bathroom remodel, a full-service basement finish for some extra space, or replacement windows and doors that will wow you, give us a call. With an 8% scheduling incentive and bank financing to ask about, now couldn't be a better time.
Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, finished basements, windows, and doors. You have our word. We'll treat you right at Done Right. Call us to reserve your spot in our schedule. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
The cost of of everything is still out of control, and many of us are relying on credit cards to cover essentials. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. Americans collectively owe over $1 trillion in credit card debt. You might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. Well, there's good news. They've created a smart equity loan, a solution designed to help you take control of your finances without touching your current mortgage. Unlike a HELOC, which can have varied interest rates, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate. That means one predictable monthly payment, giving you peace of mind. This loan allows you to leverage the equity in your home to pay off high interest debt, free up your cash flow, and keep your existing low mortgage rate intact. It only takes 10 minutes to get started with no upfront or hidden fees. Call American Financing today and start saving now at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Comcast Business High Five Hotline. What's the state of your excitement?
I signed my business up for the 5-year price lock guarantee, and I can't stop high-fiving people. High five!
Okay, deep breath. You're in a good place. You signed your business up for 5 years of gig speed internet and advanced security, all on our ultra-reliable network.
Gig speeds and advanced security? I'm so stoked!
Yep, and you get it at a great rate that's locked in for 5 years.
Woo!
The high five is just your body's way of saying, I'm winning.
So this is natural.
High-fiving everyone you see in a state of business savings enthusiasm? Totally natural.
Sweet! Thank you! Thank you! High five, everybody! High five!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee is back, but only for a limited time, so sign your business up today.
High five!
Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/25 for new customers with qualifying bundle. Current customers may be eligible depending on services and area. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
There was a realistic scenario that the Colts and Broncos had a Freaky Friday when it comes to 2 players on the field this Sunday. You know what I'm talking about when I say Freaky Friday?
Yeah. You talking about the movie, right?
Talking about the movie.
Lindsay Lohan, the one I know. Lindsay Lohan, who, by the way, looks like she's 20 years old.
Yeah, she's in that. What is that? Oh, I forget what commercial it is. It's a Verizon, I think.
Yeah, some type of commercial. And it's like, wow, they really are making people look like they're 20 again. And they really, how old is Lindsay? Lindsay has to be almost 40.
Yeah, I think so.
Almost around 40.
Yeah. No, but she looks great. She looks better now than she did when she was 20. Yeah, the Freaky Friday, was a book back in the early 70s. And they made it into a movie.
She's 39.
39, yeah, wow. Time flies, man.
Yeah. The only person that's going to look that good at 39 is me. Look at me. I don't age a bit.
Your mirror does not tell you what it tells me. But it was a film it was a novel in the early 70s. It became a film in the late 70s. And it was Jodie Foster. You know Jodie Foster from Silence of the Lambs, Panic Room.
Yep.
She was the original daughter in the original Freaky Friday. And then they redid it when it was Jamie Lee Curtis.
Now that's the one I was growing up
and
watching.
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Freaky Friday, you change bodies, right? The mom's in the
mom's in the daughter's body, the daughter's in the mom's body. It's a little weird, but like that's what happens. They wake up one day and wow.
Yeah. I've never actually seen any of the movies or read the book, but
actually it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Like maybe your kids will like it. Maybe they're old enough now to like understand it a little bit to like it.
Okay. I know the concept, and while this isn't exactly one body in another, there is a scenario leading up to the draft that Tyler Warren is a Denver Bronco and Jahdae Barron is an Indianapolis Colt. And we saw mock drafts during the process where Tyler Warren fell to 20. And I saw mock drafts. I went and pulled them up again this morning. I saw a mock draft from Pro Football Focus that had Jahdae Barron getting selected 14th overall by the Colts. And it's interesting how everything plays out. And it played out the way it did. And Tyler Warren, though, you put eyes on him in game number 1. Holy smokes. Not crowning him, but like eye test wise, geez, not used to a tight end starting that fast in his first game.
A great way to start your career off. A great way to start your career. And here's the thing about Tyler Warren, guys. He was not the first tight end taken off the board. Colston Loveland was to the Chicago Bears 10th overall. And then it was Indianapolis Colts on 14th, pick 14th, to pick up Tyler Warren. Now, I do believe that the Denver Broncos wanted Tyler Warren. I do believe that Denver Broncos tried to get him at some point because George Payton, after everything was done, did come out and say that they were trying to get on the phone to move up in the draft.
Right.
Why is that?
Right.
And sometimes we speculate, they were going to try to get up and move to the top 5 to get Ashton Genty.
Yeah, probably not.
No, it was like, hey, let's move up and try to get Tyler Warren. Colts picked him at 14. Maybe the Broncos were trying to move to 13 because people had Colston Loveland going to the Denver Broncos, but he got off the board. So maybe the Broncos were like, hey, look, Tyler Warner's still there. He could be that crystal we're looking for. Let's move up and get him before the Colts do. They weren't able to get something done. And so now maybe they're kicking themselves a little bit saying, dang, he could have been ours. He could have been ours, which, it would have been lovely to have another tight end to go with Evan Ingram. Because in this league, if you have a tight end, a good tight end, a good quarterback, that's a recipe for success, especially when you have two, like the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. They have two tight ends that they can lean on, which helps your quarterback out.
Well, here's Sean Payton talking about how they viewed Colts tight end Tyler Warren before the draft.
Yeah, we liked him. He was different than maybe a couple of the other tight ends, but he's big, rugged, physical, strong. I mean, you can come up with a vision for all of the things he does. He catches it in traffic well, and he's going to be in traffic at times, but we liked him.
We liked him. Here's a little bit more from Sean Payton talking about linebackers having to defend against Tyler Warren.
I think and I give credit to Indianapolis, in unique ways. They're moving him, doing things that are built around what we saw in college. He's got snaps at Wildcat. We're going to see that this year. I don't know when. And so there obviously was a Warren plan, and you're going to have to defend that. And he's one of those guys you just say he's a real good football player. I don't, all the measurables, and there are a number of things, and he has been for most of his career.
6'6", 256.
He's that rugged, dirty type of player, which means like he loves to block.
Yep.
Tyler Warren, that is.
Yep.
A tight end that can catch, but also help the running back spring them for big-time runs. That's something that we still need here in Denver, because although we have Evan Ingram, who is our joker, Evan Ingram is not a really good blocker.
No.
And we knew that going into this. But imagine if you had Tyler Warren to pair with Evan Ingram. What does that look like? And for Sean's an offensive-minded coach. Why wouldn't he want to move up to draft an offensive guy to help his baby Bo Nix out?
Well, they did give him a carry last week as well. Tyler Warren carried the football.
Oh, and he can run.
In addition to leading the team in his first NFL game, leading the team in targets. 7 catches for 76 yards, 11 yards a catch. Really, really good debut. And again, there's that scenario that the Colts draft Barron, Tyler Moore gets pushed down, 6 more picks. And that stuff happens all the time with the draft. Barron wasn't supposed to be there. On almost every single mock draft, Jahdae Barron was going before the 20th pick. He got pushed down. So it could have been different. But I had, on the heels of this conversation and listening to Sean, and you could just tell Sean really liked this guy.
I think he loved this guy.
You could be right.
He's a football player.
Yeah,
he can play him all around.
Right.
Why would you not love a guy like that?
And that sounds like the Joker.
The Joker.
Right? That chess piece that you can just move all over the board. I'm just going to ask the question. I'm just going to ask the question that we're here before Colts week. I'll bounce that question off you coming up next.
Will J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey be featured more on offense? Will the Broncos defense carry the team to another victory? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football Postgame Show. Live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Gentlemen, all of us out there deserves to have great sex. Deserves to have that intimacy with our special someone. And I'm here to tell you that Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic is proud of the work they do in treating erectile dysfunction to restore intimacy for their patients. How many guys out there have a mediocre sex life? Is it just good enough, or could it be really good? Nah, better yet, could it be great? Maybe the pills are just working okay, but could they be better? Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic treatments work when the pills and herbals fail you guys. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some of those treatments can have you last an hour or even more. Schedule a consult today with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Your initial visit is only $99, which will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose does not work in the office, the visit is absolutely free. They have 5 locations in Colorado to serve you as well. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, which, by the way, is new and improved, so you definitely need to get out there, in Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
What's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. That never happens with Orchard. Disappointing offers can wear you down, causing you to settle for thousands less. You don't have to settle when you sell with Orchard. Orchard reinvented the real estate industry by guaranteeing your home sale and helping you sell on the market for top dollar. First, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then once you're all settled in, your Orchard agent helps sell your home on market for top dollar. Here's what one Orchard customer said. I never could have sold without Orchard. I made way more than I expected, and it couldn't have been easier. With Orchard, you never have to settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Curious how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated, because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game and the go-to spot for football season with wall-to-wall TVs, hearty eats, ice-cold drinks, and of course, those scenic views. It's a full-on experience whether you're catching college or pro games this season. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's your last chance to take advantage of EV federal tax credits at Siltar Motors. This month, get the all-electric F-150 Lightning or the head-turning Mustang Mach-E with 0% interest for 72 months or lease credits up to $11,000 off. Check out their current selection of EVs at sthmotors.com to get the EV you want before they are gone. Siltar Motors has got the best location, the biggest EV selection in Denver, and the most competitive pricing in Colorado. Siltar Motors will deliver everything you want out of a dealership.
Donnie here with Fitness Gallery. I'm thrilled to invite you to our biggest event of the season, the summer clearance sale happening right now at all 7 of our Colorado locations. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. These deals end soon.
Denver, that hot summer hit your AC hard. Get your end of summer deep clean for $39. FixMyHome.com, hometown partner of the Denver Broncos.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss, presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right, let's get after it. We are on the doorstep of 35 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk as we inch our way up to week 2.
Gotta love it.
Broncos' first road game of the season. We'll start talking about the matchup here. Well, we've been talking about it throughout the afternoon, but we'll take a dive back into it here in about 11 minutes at the top of the hour. But in the meantime, I have to ask you the question, and I'm sure someone out there won't like it, but we are in the toy aisle of life, as we got reminded of yesterday, and then even today on September 11th. Never forget. We get to speculate and have fun and do some fantasy football stuff. So with that in mind,
be creative.
That's all. That's all.
Come on, Sean. Be creative with your offense. That's it. Is it that hard?
We were just talking about the Freaky Friday scenario with Jahdae Barron and Tyler Warren. As we saw mock drafts that had Tyler Warren coming to the Denver Broncos, and we had mock drafts from outlets like Pro Football Focus having Jahdae Barron going to the Colts. Then you listen to Sean talk yesterday, and you could just hear it. I said, man, he really liked Tyler Warren. You said, no, he loved Tyler Warren.
I think he fell in love with Tyler Warren. And I believe that's why George said what he said at the podium after the draft was done, that they did try to move up in the draft, make a couple calls to see if they can move up. Why is that? Colston Loveland was already off the board. Denver wasn't going to move into the top 10.
Right.
But move just before the top 10, let's say 13, 12, that's doable. And maybe if they got to 13 because the Colts picked him at 14, you end up with Tyler Warren. And he's another one you could call a crystal.
Well, but
you're Sean.
Yes, there is definitely the scenario where they trade up. And by the way, if you wanted to trade from 20 to 14, where Warren did get picked by the Colts, if you wanted to trade from 20 to 14, it would have, by the old Jimmy Johnson draft value chart, you would have had to give a third-round selection to go from 20 to 14, which I thought would be a little bit more expensive. But it would take a third-round pick. But even without that, even without trading up, there was a scenario where Warren fell to 20, just like there was a scenario where Barron fell. Barron was not supposed to get to 20. On nearly every other mock draft, he was getting taken earlier. So if you could
Uh-oh, here it goes.
Turn back the hands of time and change things. Put the toothpaste back in the tube. Would you have swapped out Tyler Warren for Jahdae Barron?
Ooh, I love this one. Yes, Zach, I would. I would. And here's why. Sean Payton is an offensive-minded coach. Sean Payton wants Bo Nix to succeed. We, Broncos country, want Bo Nix to succeed. Well, when you have a tight end or two that you can rely on, it makes it a lot easier for your quarterback to get the ball out of his hands into playmakers' hands. Someone like Tyler Warren is a joker. Someone like Tyler Warren is young. He can not only block and help you in the run game and spring running backs for big-time plays, but also break tackles and move the chains that way. Break tackles and score a 30, 40-yard touchdown. I would want Tyler Warren here because we need more weapons. It can't just be a Cortland Sutton show. We got rid of Vele this summer because of Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant, but yet they're still young. They're emerging. We're hoping that they can become a receiver 2, 3, somebody that you could rely on. But until then, it would be lovely to have a couple tight ends that you can just dink and dunk with like Josh Allen loves to do, which helps him out, which takes pressure off of someone like Lamar Jackson. It could be here in Denver. And then you have a situation that's happening right now with Evan Ingram, who's already banged up. So if Evan Ingram cannot play, you can rely on someone like Tyler Warren. Right now, if Evan Ingram does not play, you're relying on Lucas Kroll and Adam Trotman. And we've already been down that road.
Right.
So although I do believe that Jahdae Barron is going to be a really good Bronco for a long time, and you keep a strength of strength on defense and you continue to add to it, you go with Tyler Warren because this is an offensive league. Sean Payton obviously needs a tight end in his scheme, the joker, so that things runs a little bit more smoother. Give me Tyler Warren.
You know, I agree with a lot of stuff that you just said. And I think that my answer is the same. Now, that's not to say that Jahdae Barron isn't going to be a great Denver Bronco. I think we believe that he is. I believe the young man's floor is just insanely high. Then we'll talk about his ceiling once we get to see more of him. But that's part of why I agree with you, and my answer would be Tyler Warren. It's like we barely saw. I shouldn't say we barely saw, but we did not. Like Jahdae Barron was not starting for the Denver Broncos. Now we know long term his role will be a starter, but basically I think the point is, and what the tiebreaker is for me is that at the end of the day, Jahdae Barron was a luxury addition. You already have the literal defensive player of the year that plays that position, the total package, Pat Surtain, and then opposite of him, you have Riley Boss.
Riley who?
Who just
Riley who?
Riley Boss.
Riley Boss.
Yes, Riley Boss, who was targeted 8 times in week 1 and gave up a total of 21 yards. And then after him, you have
yellow jacket out.
A gold jacket. Gold jacket.
No, he's not getting a gold jacket.
That's what you get when you go to Canton.
I know. That's why I said yellow jacket.
Okay, gotcha. So J-Mac is pretty darn good at his job.
You think now? Hey.
Wait a second.
Whoa. Why are you coming at me looking like Dion? Like Dion? Like you? We should all know that. I've been saying that, and yet you said, number one, the draft pick is going to play. The first round draft pick
is going to play.
And he did play.
And the first round draft pick did play. They're just going to more dime setting. They did 21% dime packages last week in order to get him on the field.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you don't do that just to do it. You want him on the field. So you're going with a fourth corner there. 21% of the time last week, one of the highest rates in the NFL in week 1.
It's just the switch up is crazy. All of a sudden, it's like Jaquan McMillan.
Dude, it was enough.
We have Jaquan McMillan.
It was enough of a conversation that we made a bet on it. We weren't sure how it was going to go.
Exactly. And you weren't with Jaquan McMillan. You were with Jahdae Barron.
Yes, I was. And I lost the bet. I will pay it off. It won't take me 6 months like it took you. I will pay it off in pretty short order. But basically, like, when you have a room that's so full that you have to change your defensive setting, that you're going to go dime package over 21% of the time just to get the player on the field, and then at the tight end spot, I was advocating them to still draft a tight end.
You were.
After they signed Evan Ingram.
You were.
Even if it was a Gunnar Helm in the 4th round.
You were pounding the table like, hey, we need another tight end.
And develop it. It's a historically slow starting position, so you get to develop them while Evan Ingram is here for the next 2 years. They didn't do it. I thought it was a mistake. All good. But in this conversation that started with the Freaky Friday nature of Tyler Warren could have been here, Barron could have been there, and then Sean raves about him yesterday, You're chock full at the position you drafted him. He was a luxury item. They're both premium positions, so they kind of cross-cancel each other there. But I would say the head coach is an offensive coach. And in 2025, it's an offensive league.
Yeah.
And for those reasons, it would break the tie. I would say, yeah, I would. As much as we like Barron, both things can be true, I would say the Broncos would probably be a little bit better set up if someone like Tyler Warren was swapped out for Jahdae Barron.
Oh, Jahdae Barron's hurt right now. He's like, dang, I got in the game. I recovered a fumble. I did my job, and yet we would be better off without me?
Well, we're just being honest. We're sharing our opinions, right?
Like, definitely. Like, you're asking me who would I rather have right now after watching 1 week. Jahdae Barron is going to be really, really good in this league. But Tyler Warren, the tight end position, which you just got done saying is a slow starting position. At what, seven receptions for
76 yards.
76 yards?
He had the most targets on the Colts last week.
Had a carry?
Right. Yeah,
I mean, that's literally a joker. That's literally somebody that Sean is looking for that hopefully Evan Ingram can be as long as he stays healthy. But imagine having 2 of them, Evan Ingram and Tyler Warren. Like, that helps Bo out. It puts so much pressure or takes so much pressure off of Bo. And now when Bo is struggling in the zone, you just dump it down to your big-ass tight end and let him go to work.
Yeah.
So, yes, although Jahdae Barron will be just fine, if I had an opportunity to switch Tyler Warren here with Denver, I'm doing that.
Well, someone says, hey, so why didn't they give up a 3rd if they loved Warren so much? And he goes on to say, because Sean is a joke. I don't know about that last part, but to your question, to the texter 913 on the RamosLaw.com text line, you have to have a willing trade partner, and if the Colts love Tyler Warren as much as Sean did, they're like, we're good, we're staying right here at 14, and maybe the teams ahead of them, that maybe they didn't want to trade up that far or what have you, but yeah, Tyler Warren, you talk about eye test. And just looking the part, it's one game. It's literally one game, all right? But it's hard to have a better debut than Tyler Warren did last week. Outside of catching a touchdown, the eye test stuff, he just kicked the door down to the NFL. So, and then again, maybe Barron's out there on Sunday having 2 picks. Yeah, and we just don't have enough information right now. But just on face value, even if we were to have this conversation right after the draft, not after one game, I think my answer would probably still be the same.
Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
Right, tight end that can block in the run game, that can catch out of the backfield. Like, it makes sense. It makes sense. And then for someone like Jahdae Barron, it's, hey, you are going to be good, but also you didn't beat out J-Mac. And you had every opportunity. Let's be real. Why wouldn't you want to start the 1st round draft pick? You're drafting him for a reason in the 1st round.
Yeah.
Now, of course, they got him on the field in a bunch of dime, and here's why. Because you have Dre Greenlaw that's out. So you can go to dime. And you want to know why you can go to dime other than Dre Greenlaw? It's because you have Hufanga and Brendan Jones that you can place in the box, that can play like linebackers. That's when you have a dominant defense, when you have luxury to place different players around and still get the job done.
Well, what's done is done. It's all good, all right? But we'll see this dynamic here in just a couple days on Sunday afternoon, the first Broncos road game of the 2025 season. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. And seeing a lot of reaction to this on the RamosLaw.com text line, and someone circling back saying, hey, and again, it's revisionist history, but it's all good. We're having fun with it. Would you take Micah Parsons over Pat Surtain if you were going to do it again? And this question has been asked for a couple years here, but we've never asked it. Let's just take a second. Would you swap out Micah Parsons for PS2?
Well, according to you, Riley Boss is going to be in Canton, so we already have one on the team.
Well, the nickname,
we have another one.
the middle name freed up after they traded Vele. So I said, let's give it to Riley.
No. Pat Surtain, Defensive Player of the Year, locked down, one sides people. Now, I do understand it's a pass rusher, but look what we have at the pass rushing position.
Pretty good.
Jonathan Cooper, Nick Benito. I'm great with them. I'm okay with them right now. So I'm keeping PS2. The total package.
The total,
like Zach Bye likes to say.
The total package.
PS2.
Yeah, Pat Surtain. Yeah, there you go.
Pat Surtain.
All right.
You taking?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I'm not trading PS2. Nope. Not trading PS2. It's. I know Micah can impact the game in many ways and line up all over the field and stuff like that. But give me the cornerback that's on a Hall of Fame trajectory.
Yeah.
And it really has nothing to do with Parsons at all. It's just PS2. I'm not trading that.
You prefer PS2?
Yeah. Like if Jade Barron is the crystal, PS2 is the Hope Diamond. I mean, he's him. So what should be the biggest difference from week 1 to week 2 when it comes to this Broncos offense here in just a couple days?
Bo Nix reverses out, hands the ball off, and watches a run go for 15, 20, 25 yards. The difference needs to be that we stick with the run longer, earlier in the game as well. The difference is you're going to get R.J. Harvey going, and you're not going to just give him 6 carries. You're going to give J.K. Dobbins 16 to 18 carries like you did against Tennessee, but you're going to be a little bit more creative with it now. You're going to let them get in a rhythm. You're not going to just run one time and then pass 2. You're going to run consecutive times. You're going to do more pulling, more misdirection, more shifts, anything to open up the holes for the running backs. You're going to rely on the offensive line who you paid a lot of money for. This is what you're going to do, Sean, so that you can be successful and set up Bo Nix for success. Set up your play action so that Cortland Sutton can score another touchdown. So Cortland Sutton is one-on-one with the cornerback, and he's not doubled up with the safety. That's what you're going to do if you want to have success and you want to stay on the football field. This pass, I'm tired of it. I want to see something different. Let's do that. Let's at least try that. And then you can go back to passing if it doesn't work next week.
That's the thing that we still don't know is that will Sean stick to the run even if it's not having uber success? Like say you're averaging 3 yards a carry through the first 12 runs of the game.
That is fine. Stick with the run. Like why? Like,
because Sean,
what's more effective? 3 yards a carry or 2 passes and they're both incomplete and now you're in 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 8. Or you could be in 3rd and 5, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 6. I'd rather be 3rd and 5, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 6 than 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 10, man.
With Sean, no, I get it.
No, yeah.
But with Sean, like when they would do RPO with Shedeur Sanders up there in Boulder, I don't know if I ever saw Shedeur actually let the running back have it because he's a quarterback. And if you give the quarterback an option between running it or him throwing it, most of the times the quarterback's going to want to throw it. But that's Sean as a play caller. He sees the game of football through the eyes of a quarterback. He was a quarterback. I think Bo Nix is simply an extension of Sean.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to find someone that can run his offense. So he's like, and I don't mean this in any demeaning way, in any way, shape, or form, but it's like Sean is almost like got that go-go gadget arm all the way out there on the field and is puppeting what he wants Bo to do in Sean's
vision,
perfect
right?
world.
This is his vision.
Yes. And when I ask about the run game, like will he stick with the run if the first 11 runs of the game are averaging 3 yards a carry? I think that until I see otherwise, I just think that Sean would rather fail throwing the ball than fail running it.
Then if that's the case, you may end up failing your team because of that. If it's working, it's working. I'm not going to say anything about it. But if it's not working, but you continue to force it, what are you telling the defense? What are you telling the offensive line and the running backs? That we don't matter if you're a running back or an offensive lineman that wants to run the ball? That we have a better chance to win this game with 2 unknown players in Pat Bryant and Troy Franklin than to run with R.J. Harvey, who you drafted in the second round, and J.K. Dobbins, who last year would have went for 1,000 yards if he didn't miss 4 games? This is why they're going to run the ball more, because J.K. Dobbins is going to be a lot more vocal than you guys think, because I know how J.K. Dobbins can be if he feels like there's opportunities out there and he doesn't get to take advantage of them. If you go and you watch some of the film or the TV and you see J.K. Dobbins after one run where he goes for 5 or 6 yards, he looks at Sean and gives the signal, I want to eat.
Yep.
I want to eat.
Yep.
When you're a veteran running back and you want to have success, you are going to be vocal because they're paying you to do a job. And it's not just to pass protect. And so if J.K. Dobbins does not get his opportunities, you will hear from him. And R.J. Harvey, you want to get going, Zach. They're going to run the ball this week.
All right. When you say run the ball, we talking about for R.J., because he only got 6 carries last week.
R.J., 12 carries.
12
carries. I'm going off of what the Colts did last week in the win against Miami, where Jonathan Taylor went for 18 carries, and DJ Giddens, the running back out of Kansas State, went for 12. He had 12 carries for 41 yards. JT went 18 for 70, 71, something like that.
Yeah, you're on it. Yep.
That's something that the Denver Broncos need to do, establish the run. A lot of my big runs came in the third and fourth quarter, came when the defense got tired and they got out of place. But you know what? When I was running 2018, VJ trusted me. I'll never forget him coming up to me and say, hey, dude, if we're going to win some of these games, it's because of your little butt. Because if you can get to 100 yards, we probably win that game. If you go back and see the stat, every game that I rushed for 100 yards on, Zach, we won. That can be the same with the Denver Broncos. That's any team that if you can get a running back to go over 100 yards, usually you'll win that game because you're sticking with the run.
Well, in terms of popping the big ones, we know that eventually they came.
Yeah.
Last week, eventually they came, but we'll see how different the opening game script is.
What do you think it's going to be? You're smiling over there. What do you
it's
think?
going to be way more balanced. It's going to
so?
be way more balanced because Sean, pulled the thumb and said yesterday, I got to do a better job. Or excuse me, I think that was 2 days ago. He says, I got to do a better job. And no, excuse me, it was yesterday. I have to do a better job. And he said, especially early. Because there's nowhere to run from the criticism when it comes from the opening game script. Like your first 15, when your first 15, and I'll say 17, just because the math worked out in the first 2 series, like 14 of the first 17 plays of the game were pass. 8 of the first 9 plays of the game were pass. And I think he would like to have that back. As jacked up as Bo Nix was for that game, Sean was too. And he couldn't help himself. But now that they've done the quote-unquote debrief and the self-scout, and he's even admitted into a microphone, which doesn't come easy for Sean. You know that.
Yeah, I was proud of Sean for that.
So was I.
First step in the right direction.
Once you hear that, it's like, yeah, this is going to be a more diversified and democratic offensive approach on Sunday in Indy.
As it should. Come on. This is football. This is about moving the chains. This is about being creative and utilizing all your pieces. And for Sean, for so long, Sean has been a dominant offensive-minded coach that was able to put so many different personnels, which he still does, but have success. And he still stuck with the run a little bit longer when you had Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara, when you had Reggie Bush and Deuce McAllister. You did have Darren Sproles, and yet he still was involved in the pass and run game. So, get back to that. Don't just make this a Sean Payton, Bo Nix show. We know that you hit on your quarterback, but this is a team sport. It takes everybody to be successful, especially going up against a confident Indianapolis Colts team.
Yeah, and it's only going to help Bo. It's only going to help Bo Nix. That's all. And so Sean yesterday, he was actually asked, has he picked the brain of Davis Webb when it comes to Daniel Jones? And I honestly, I forgot about that dynamic that, Davis Webb is fresh out of the league starting last year, right? But he was Daniel Jones' teammate in New York. And so I don't know if Sean forgot that dynamic or just didn't put enough stock into it, but he was asked about it yesterday, answered it quick, and wanted to take things in his own direction.
Not really. I know they overlapped, and, Daniel played one of his better games, and, when you're watching the tape, the first I'm looking at Miami on offense, and there's a game starts 3-0. Indy kicks a field goal, and then there's a turnover. In the next series, it's 10-0, and then there's a fumble. In the next series, it's 17-0. And I don't know at what point of the first quarter, but it was rather quick. Last week's teams were 8-1 when they won the turnover battle, and the one was us. You can't live that way. It's tough. In other words, you're going to play better teams, and so, but clearly they were +3 in that game, and every then statistic, if you looked at it, fell in their favor, and so they look very good on film.
They did look very good. It was a completely one-sided affair that was dominant, and typically that's what the score looks like when you are +3 in turnovers.
Yeah.
And there the Broncos were with 5 turnovers, all right, with the 2 interceptions, the fumble, and the muff punt, and turnover on downs. And you're still winning the football game. Sean knows that's not sustainable. But the Colts, they scored 17 points in the second quarter alone. I mean, that was as well-rounded of a performance that we saw in pro football last week. I don't care who it came from.
It is, and it's about having the right game plan, the right quarterback that's smart with the football and is able to utilize his legs. Daniel Jones can still run, get outside the pocket, and make some plays. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground because of that, passed for 1 of them. And then when you do have an identity to run the football and a defense has to respect that, it puts you in one-on-one situations with someone like Pittman. All right, it just gives you more weapons, and then you have Tyler Warren, the young rookie tight end, that you're getting involved and you're putting them all around the field. Shane Steichen has done a great job of being a little bit creative in that first game.
Agreed.
So Denver defense is going to have to look out for that. But for Sean, if you're looking at this, it's like this could be you too. You have the pieces to do that. You do have the tight end and Evan Ingram that can stretch the football field. You do have Cortland Sutton, who's receiver 1, who's consistent. And you have 2 running backs in the offensive line that you can be successful in. Bo Nix. Utilize them all.
Well, the spread on the game a week ago was 4.5. This puppy has been hit down to 1.5 points. That's how much the Broncos are favored now. And it tells me professional money coming in on Indianapolis, betting the home team getting points. Brett Musburger once famously said, a home team getting points, what's better than that? The professional gamblers agree. This puppy's a coin flip.
How you feeling about it?
No,
I know we're going to talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, but cautiously optimistic. I think the Broncos are the better football team. I think that if you went down the schedule in advance of the season and identified games where you should have an advantage at coach and quarterback, I'd say 75% of the time you win that game. Who would you have? Daniel Jones or Bo Nix? I'd rather have Bo Nix. Shane Steichen or Sean Payton? I'd rather have Sean Payton. It's not a birthright that you're going to win those games, certainly. But so you have, on paper, the better quarterback, on paper, the better coach.
I like how you say on paper.
Because the NFL can take a different shape any Sunday. And then in addition to those 2 dynamics, I would say the best unit on the field for either team between Colts, offense, defense, special teams, Broncos, offense, defense, special teams, I'd say it's the Broncos defense. So you have the strongest unit of the 2 teams, the better coach, the better quarterback. On paper, I'm taking the Denver Broncos to win this game. I mean, we can fast forward to the end of tomorrow's show. I'm going to pick the Broncos. Don't know the score yet, but this is going to be a battle. This is going to be a battle. This is a Jonathan Taylor revenge game. This is a dynamic a year ago that got flipped crazily, where the Colts felt like they were in control here in Denver.
What does happen if Jonathan Taylor scores that touchdown, and the momentum swings their way? I know they end up getting out of hand for Denver as the game went on, and Nick Benito picked the ball off, or they called a fumble recovery.
Right.
And
yep.
took
Good
it
memory.
Back to the house for a touchdown.
That was that game. Yep.
Skewed the stats or the game. But overall, it's like certain things have to happen for the Denver Bronco offense and defense for this to go right. I would be lying to you today if I wasn't a little bit more nervous about this game than I was week 1 against Tennessee. It's because I know what it looks like now when the offense struggles, and I didn't think that was going to happen week 1. I thought the offense was going to go out there, put more points on the board than what they did. Going into week 2, knowing what I know now about the Colts, that they're a little bit better than we think.
Yeah.
And that our defense is still really, really good, but the offense is still a little shaky. It's like, what does that look like in week 2 if they do stop the run and we have to rely on our pass game? Is Evan Ingram playing? Can somebody other than Cortland Sutton get going? Can Bo Nix shake off the interceptions and the bad decision making? Like, these are things that are in my head where it's like, hey, it's week 2, and I'm a little bit more nervous going into this game because of what I know now.
Yeah, and that's fair, dude.
And I still believe I'll rewind it to
fast forward.
Fast forward. I don't want to rewind it. Fast forward to tomorrow's show. I do believe the Denver Broncos are going to win too. They need to win because you have 3 games coming up where they're going to be tough. The Chargers, Philly, and Cincy. You got to win these 2 games that we talked about at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
But this is going to be a dogfight because of the Colts being better than we thought.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And the other dynamic that can always make me a little bit nervous. There's not a ton of like equalizers in the game of football, like an equalizer, like dynamic for the sport. Like the 3-point shot in basketball can serve as an equalizer for a team that is lesser than their opponent. But if they're making shots, like some of these teams just get on the right night and it's just like, holy smokes, like they made 26 threes. You know, we executed well. We just couldn't overcome that. Football, I don't think necessarily has a dynamic like that, but I think that if there was one, it would be a quarterback that can move and maybe on paper isn't great, but on the right Sundays, him extending drives, bursting for long runs. Like we've seen Daniel Jones have an 80-yard run in the NFL. We've
tripped up by the turf.
Correct, but we've seen him clocked at 21 miles per hour. He just ran 2 touchdowns in last weekend, and that element, the running quarterback who's a competent enough thrower of the ball, who completed over 80% of his passes last week, that dynamic, because of the boom or bust nature and the uncertainty of it, makes me a little bit nervous.
Yeah, and now it comes down to if you're nervous and you know our defense will come to play, the offense is a little shaky, but they have enough pieces to be explosive. If Sean does the right thing, it comes down to Sean Payton as an offensive play caller. It comes down to him scheming up plays in the red zone for success. It comes down to him making sure that he tells Bo Nix before the game that, hey, we all have your back and that you don't have to be Superman and that we are going to scheme and game plan things so that you are successful. You know, and that comes down to Sean Payton himself. And if Sean Payton can stay out of his own way week 2 against the Colts, they will have success and they will start to look like a better team, a team that's looking forward to the postseason. And it's a buildup. I want us peaking at the right time, but you still have to win these games, these winnable games, before you start playing against tougher teams and you start playing in your division.
It honestly, it reminds me of the dynamic facing your CU Buffs tomorrow night. It's a matchup game.
Yeah.
It's pretty even. I know Houston's favored by a couple more points than under a touchdown, but like this is a game that because the competition is going to get tougher. And it feels like if we come in here on Monday and the Broncos had lost this game and they're 1-1 with the Chargers and the Bengals and on the road in Philly on deck, it's going to be an unsettling feeling. It is. And I wouldn't call it a must-win the same way that I classified last weekend's game, but it's an important one. It's a huge look. They're all important. There's only 17. That's why this country is obsessed with football. There's only 17 games for the season, and man, this is an early big one. It's an early big one. It feels like a 50-50. It's got 1.5 point favorite. I mean, here we go.
It's just wild. A 1.5 point favorite. Week 2, the Colts. It's like, dang, like there's a lot of respect going to Indianapolis for what they did to Miami, 33-8. But it's a wake-up call for Denver that, hey, nobody is playing around with you. They are not scared of you, but also they are aware and they respect that you guys are a really, really good football team. But now you have to respect yourself by going out there and showing and making everybody feel that you are this good football team that everybody's looking for.
You want to know what, Phil? I'm glad you said that. I am thankful that the Colts put the beating on Miami last week that they did.
Why is that?
Because there's a level of awareness and a level of mortality. Like, dude, look what they just did. That team 2 years ago, what wasn't Miami the team that hung 70 on the Broncos?
That was 2 years ago.
So, but it just goes to show you how quickly this league changes. The team that got beat 33-8 was scoring 70 in a game 2 years ago. And the team that no one expects to be good is the team that scored 33. Last year, the Broncos had an over-under win total of 5.5 games. They won 10. They're in the playoffs. This league changes quickly. So I'm glad, to go back to what I said a minute ago, that the Colts raised the level of awareness of who they could potentially be. Because you can't, there's no, we got caught slipping. We didn't know that. Dude, they just had the biggest blowout in the NFL. Kurt Warner said that Daniel Jones had the best day of any quarterback in the NFL last week. So I just like the threat level, because it could increase, and I would hope, the laser-focused nature of the Broncos.
It definitely needs to increase their laser focus, because the Indianapolis Colts will be focused. And they'll be excited. They'll be hyped up. Because now to them it's like, wow, we really do have a chance. We really do have a good quarterback. They're human. They're listening to these paper clippings as well. And a lot of the paper clippings out there say that the Colts are not going to be good this year. But then again, when they go and they play in this game at home against the Miami Dolphins and they beat them 33-8 and their defense does well and their offense does well, it's like, okay, we need to believe in ourselves. Don't listen to anybody outside. They're not doing what we're doing. And so they have all the confidence in the world right now. And they know that, hey, if Denver does not come with the right game plan, the right mindset, we can beat them. And it starts, like you said, Zach, with the quarterback and having confidence in him. And when your quarterback goes out there, throws for a touchdown, runs for 2, doesn't have turnovers, it makes everybody around the quarterback feel good and feel more confident and feel like you're on top of the world. And if you were in the NFL and you have that feeling, it's hard to beat you.
Well, the dynamic here is pretty interesting, because also you look beyond this matchup and look beyond Denver. Kansas City has Philly on Sunday, and thankfully, it's the 2:25 start. I believe the Broncos have the 2:05 start, and I like that. I want to be able to watch the fourth quarter of that game. But there could be a scenario where the Broncos are 2-0 and the Chiefs are 0-2 by 6 o'clock on Sunday night, and capitalizing on these opportunities early in the season. A win in week 2 counts the exact same as a win in week 16, 17, or 18. So capitalize on this opportunity. Capitalize on the schedule, both the team that you're playing and the winnability of it, but also who Kansas City has, and could they get in an early season hole? And when it comes to the Raiders or Chargers, one of those two teams is going to be 2-0 by the 6 o'clock on Sunday night, because they're both 1-0 and they play each other. So here we go, man. This is why we anticipate the season for so long, because it's just so fun, and the drama of it and the swings of wins and losses in this league are
the drama.
No doubt. No doubt about it. All right, you want to react to any of that conversation? You can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. What are they saying down in Houston about Colorado and the primetime matchup tomorrow night? You'll hear from their head coach coming up next.
Denver is headed east to take on Indianapolis. Kick your football Sunday off in style with Denver Game Day, powered by Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Live on Game Day starting at 10 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, everything you need and nothing you don't.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here, and I want to tell you about my new obsession, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip along with a Daisy Ranch Dip, these are definitely game changers, guys, that you are not going to want to miss. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then you need to give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Don't let the wrong gear ruin your time in the field. Upgrade your arsenal with premium brands at great prices during the Shields Hunting Sale event now through September 14th. Score free tax stamps for suppressor purchases over $5.99 and save big on Sitka, Lucky Duck, Shields Outfitters, and shot shells from the top brands. Join the community of hunters who trust Shields experts to outfit their adventures and get more bang for your buck now through September 14th at Shields.
Samantha Flanagan here. Been in a car accident? At Flanagan Law, you're not just a case number. We're a female-owned firm that puts your health and healing first. Flanagan Law, where you're heard, helped, and never alone. Focus on healing. We'll take care of the rest.
This is Dr. Joel Cherdak with Denver Regenerative Medicine. If you've struggled with weight loss, it's time for something real. We use GLP-1 medications from licensed U.S. pharmacies at full strength, never from unknown or online sources. Your program is overseen by a real doctor with in-clinic care and telemedicine options. Best of all, we're offering a free consultation so you can get started risk-free. Experience real weight loss results for under $300 a month. Visit DenverRegen.com to book your free consult. That's DenverRegen.com.
Hey guys, boy Steve here today by my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Cake Mortgage Corp. Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 1734623. Regulated by the Colorado Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply based on approved credit.
Let's be real. Big Mortgage doesn't get you. They want W-2s, a 9-to-5, and a job title to check their outdated boxes. But you're a business owner who knows how the tax code benefits you, even if the big banks don't. At CakeHome.com, we do mortgages differently. Our non-traditional loan experts get that your full financial picture won't fit on a pay stub. Invoices, bank statements, rental income, we work with that. While traditional lenders are stuck in 1998, we're built for how people earn in 2025. No red tape, no judgment, just smart approvals and sweet mortgage solutions. If you're a business owner or 1099 contractor tired of hearing no, call 888-EAT-CAKE to hear yes. That's 888-EAT-CAKE. Visit CakeHome.com to see reviews from business owners just like you.
No parades, no confetti, just quiet wins that changed everything.
Real people, real results. Soda weight loss works. Just ask Ramon.
Tying my shoes without grunting, taking stairs without gasping, running around with my kids without needing a break. That's what Soda gave me. In 16 weeks, I dropped 82 pounds.
Let that sink in. He lost 82 pounds. That's amazing.
Think about all that weight lifted off your bones. I owe my life to Soda. That's not hyperbole. With Soda, you don't feel alone. You get your own nutritionist guiding you every step along the way.
What are you waiting for? Just imagine your friends and family's reactions when you show up at holiday parties 30, 40, 50 pounds lighter. Get started now for the best season of your life with our partner program. Because when you join now, your partner joins for free.
Go to sodaweightloss.com. SOTA stands for state of the art. sodaweightloss.com. sodaweightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Oh, no.
Baby, you never worry about what I do. I'll be coming home back to you every night, doing you right. You're the type of woman.
Hey, now Zach, were you the guy, because was this your time where you would have a message machine on your phone and you would have people that would like put music to the message machine before they started talking? So they would start with this music, then stop the music and say, hey, this is Phil. Sorry, I can't get to my phone right now, but you know where to find me. And then they would put the music back up.
No.
Yeah, go back and look at it. There's a lot of people that would
keep
do
that up, D. Keep that up. Oh, turn that back up.
So you mean like a ringback tone? Like when you're calling and it's on hold?
I don't know.
Oh, I think I do remember ringback.
I love that you call it a message machine. It shows how young you are. I'm like, it's called an answering machine.
It's an answering machine.
Yeah. That message machine thing. You put the tape in and...
This song was an absolute banger.
The banger was, this is where you were wearing the Timbs?
Yes.
Tim boots was on?
And you're bad and it shows.
Turn that up, Dante.
From your head to your toes, out of control. Baby, baby,
let's go.
Never worry about what I do. I'll be coming home back to you every night, doing you right.
You're the type of woman deserve.
Oh, Dante trying to get me. Dante.
Baby, you're a star. I just want to show you you are.
This was my ringtone, man. This is my ringtone, but I haven't heard the song in 15 years, 20 years. Oh, it's good. That's good for the soul right there. Man.
Something, you gotta have some good times, some times to smile, especially in the world today. It's a lot of darkness, man.
Totally. All right, thanks for that, Dante. What are they saying about the CU Buffs down in Houston? Man, I know I just mentioned it a couple minutes ago amidst that Broncos conversation, but this is a game that will swing CU's record. You win this football game, you have a Wyoming next week, all right? And no disrespect in any way, shape, or form to Wyoming. By the way, do you see they're going to retire Josh Allen's jersey? He's going to be the first ever player with his jersey retired in Wyoming history.
Come on, Zach, that was coming. Josh Allen, great player. We know that. I mean, for Wyoming, too, that's well done.
Yeah.
Well deserved. I don't think they've retired Patrick Mahomes yet.
Wait, say again?
I don't think they've retired Patrick Mahomes' jersey yet.
I don't think they have either.
Or Joe Burrow's. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. They probably should have done it Josh Allen's spring semester, his last year there.
Yeah, probably. Huh?
Like your boy. So yeah, but back to CU, like you win that game tomorrow night, you're going to be a legitimate favorite against Wyoming. You could be going into BYU week, which is week 5, with a 3-1 record. But if you lose, you're going into BYU at 2-2. The difference between those two things is just massive in the landscape of college football.
And that is why it's so important to understand that we need to establish a quarterback. If it's Ryan Staub, which we all know it's going to be here, he's going to get the first crack at it. He needs to establish himself quick so that people around him, players around him, can gain the confidence. We can win. We can beat Houston, who is going to be tough to beat. But we have to figure this out at the quarterback position so then everybody else can do their job so that we can start to see what this offense truly looks like. And also, you have a running back by committee. You have 3 solid running backs, actually 4 running backs that the Buffs are going to rely on. But we have to find some kind of chemistry, some kind of rhythm to help these Buffs out so that they can try to win against Houston.
Huge game. I'm seeing on the text line, it says, I'm sorry.
You're good. What's going
on? It says, this is what Zach sings to Vele.
Oh.
It's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. No, I mean, everything that you just said is true. It's just true. And Willie Fritz, head coach of the Houston Cougars.
I'm going to whisper to you now.
He's, you know what? Someone on the RamosLaw.com text line put it out there earlier. He's got a little John Fox. John Fox had like a whispery, raspy sort of voice.
Sort of like the Yin Yang Twins.
So
let me whisper in your ear.
This is Willie Fritz on preparing for CU to use multiple quarterbacks.
Well, you look at the plays that were called, and just a little bit I've been watching, and you're right, they played all 3 guys this past game against Delaware. I think it's kind of similar to what they're running. They've got an offense. Now, maybe one guy will do a little bit something different than the other, but it's an offense that they run, and they've got a NFL offensive coordinator, former offensive coordinator. I think he's the head coach someplace, wasn't he, Coach Schumer? Right? Isn't that right? But they do a great job of mixing run and pass and doing a whole lot of different things. I'm sure we'll see different stuff, that he feels like can take advantage of us.
Will there be?
He doesn't have to whisper now, Coach. Say it with your chest. Don't whisper it. Say it out loud.
Will there be one other pass attempted by someone not named Ryan Staub tomorrow night?
No, there will not be, because I have confidence that Ryan Staub is going to go out there. Now, I'm not looking for him to have 300 yards, but he is going to be able to move the chains. Now, I'm not saying that there's not going to be another quarterback out there. I do believe Payton Salter will have a package deal in the red zone for his legs, because Payton Salter has already scored on the ground twice this year. Ryan Staub needs to get in a rhythm. Rhythm, processing that Sean always talks about. That's something that Coach Prime and Shermer need to do for this young man, Ryan Staub. Let him prove you right or let him prove you wrong, but we can't continue to do the musical chairs and then it's like Payton Salter gets a chance and then Juju gets a chance. No, let Ryan Staub go. If that's who you want to go with him. Give him that much confidence or give him that much of an opportunity to show you he belongs as quarterback 1 for you moving forward.
Well,
what you thinking?
I think they really, really don't want to keep shuffling these quarterbacks in and out, and they will maybe even on a night like tomorrow night, overextend themselves, even if it gets uncomfortable, to stick with Staub.
Yeah.
Hashtag stick with Staub. But I'm really curious, because if Payton Salter was your starter 2 weeks ago and Staub wasn't in the mix, now Staub is going to have a longer leash than Salter or Juju?
Well, you're trying to protect Juju. That's what it seems like with Coach Prime for whatever reason. I don't know. Payton Salter, I mean, you know what you're getting out of him, and it's going to be a lot more running than passing. So I think you stick with Staub because he gives you the best opportunity to throw the football. Now, there are some really good, talented receivers like Amarion Miller, Sincere Brown, who had 4 receptions for 120 yards and a touchdown, Joseph Williams, who's another bigger receiver. Like, Ryan Staub is going to get them more involved when it comes to passing. I think that's why they should stick and will stick with Ryan Staub throughout this game.
All right, we shall see. We shall see. Here's a little bit more from Houston head coach Willie Fritz on what he sees in CU's wide receivers.
You know, they got some new guys in there. Obviously, they lost Heisman Trophy winners. So I guess he must have been a pretty good player if he won the Heisman Trophy, huh? You know, they've got tall, long, fast guys, you know, very talented out on the perimeter. They've got a couple deep balls last week, do a good job of getting the ball to their backs. They got a tight end that we looked at, a Division II kid who, came out of the portal, went in the portal, and they got two that is a very good receiver, had a bunch of catches at the Division II level. So, yeah, they're very talented out on the perimeter.
And the tight end I think he's talking about is Zach Adkins, I believe. Willie Fritz, I like Willie Fritz. And
he seems like a really good guy. He likes to whisper in your ear. It's a little got me kind of feeling uncomfortable over here.
He's got a very grandfatherly way about him.
Yeah.
You know, just like the way he said, like, he's like, Pat Shurmur, he was an NFL coach, wasn't he? At some point? I think so, yeah. Like, yeah, you know he was an NFL coach. Like, he lost the Heisman Trophy winner. He must have been pretty good. Huh? He win the Heisman Trophy? Like, it's just so silly. Huge game tomorrow night. Absolutely huge game. Can't wait to watch it. This week, next week, and the week after, the Buffs are on ESPN in primetime. So the world is watching. We'll see what they do with the opportunity down there in the Lone Star State. Okay, looking back, what did we learn today in Denver sports? That's next.
Does Sean Payton need to make changes to his game plan after week 1?
He put his agenda and his offense and his quarterback, who he proclaimed to be trending towards being a top 4, top 5, and when that man struggles throughout the afternoon, it's almost like daddy ball. And I'm telling you, it's unacceptable and it's inexcusable.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And if you're looking for fine jewelry or a great timepiece like I was, why not shop where some of the world's leading designers are sold? Williams Jewelers helped me find my new Tudor watch, and they can do the same for you. And if it's not a watch, it can be any type of fine jewelry you're looking for. And they treated me just like family the minute I stepped through those doors, and didn't pressure me at all. They gave me the time I needed to make the right decision for myself, and looking at my watch today, I made a great decision because of that. Starting from one little store in Inglewood, Williams Jewelers has grown into 2 locations and has become one of the largest fine jewelers in the country. So when you step foot into their showroom, you'll feel just like family, and their service reflects that. They are dedicated and they work hard to make sure you're satisfied with your purchase. And not only will they share the secrets of the business with you, but they will give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why not create moments and memories for yourself or the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, my hometown jeweler. Also the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and on Broadway in Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
Injured in an accident this summer? Postman Law can help. Call us at 844-POSTMAN to get the justice and compensation you deserve fast. That's 844-POSTMAN. Your summer shouldn't be spent panicking about medical bills or stressing over legal documents. With over $3 billion recovered for our clients, the Postman team gets you the results you deserve. Ready to get started? Call 844-POSTMAN to schedule a free consultation now.
Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make that happen in 24 hours or less. And here's the kicker. When you work with both American Financing and their partner American Home Agents, you can receive a credit on closing costs of up to 1% or a max of $10,000 on your home loan. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, it's time to step in, and American Financing is the place to start. Don't let the 20% down myth stop you. You could buy a home with as little as 3% down, and with down payment assistance programs available, getting into a home might be easier than you think. Pick up the phone, call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game and the go-to spot for football season, with wall-to-wall TVs, hearty eats, ice-cold drinks, and of course, those scenic views. It's a full-on experience whether you're catching college or pro games this season. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Why wait for the weekend? Twin Peaks is serving up scratch-made food and pouring cold drinks every night after dark. Come experience the best late night in the league any day of the week, only at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Dental phobia? Consider sedation dentistry with Clarkson Dental. Their highly trained team will lead you through an exceptional dental experience from that first fearful call all the way through to aftercare. Call the most experienced sedation dentist and staff. Clarkson Dental, ColoradoSedation.com.
Football is back, and it's time for you to get in the game. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is here to help, and we're giving away a PlayStation 5 bundle. Download the Denver Sports app and tap the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a PS5 console, a 70-inch flat-screen TV, plus copies of Madden 26 and College Football 26. Don't wait. Download the Denver Sports app now. 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a Thursday.
What day is it usually for like the old school songs? You remember? Would there be a is it Sunday slow jams? How was it? We got to get a
Old
day
school.
where it's like old school.
Yes. No, I love
you know?
that. I love that. We will do that.
Okay.
We will do that.
Yeah. Let's get it done.
We will do that.
Dante, we can't rely on you anymore, man. I'm not even listening.
Friend of the show stops by, the scrappy one, the scrapster, Scrap Peterson. What up, Will?
What up, boys? How we doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. I am pleased to be welcomed into the Colts fear-mongering show. It's good to be here.
Here we go.
Look, you see the number got slammed?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, number got slammed.
Yeah, those people are going to lose some money.
You have anything you want to talk about, man?
I told you last night. I'll tell you again. I'm not here shaking in my boots about Daniel Jones. And you guys are doing a great job breaking down the game. I'm not diminishing that. But, man, I just saw within the last hour, you know what the Dolphins did? Players-only meeting.
Already?
Players-only meetings don't happen in early September.
They happen when you get your ass whooped and you give up points on every single possession.
Yeah. But that sounds like you're coming around to my line of thinking. This team's a dumpster fire. They're gathering everyone 11 days into September for a players-only meeting?
No. I get it. But I think both things are true simultaneously. I think Miami is worse than we thought. I think Indianapolis is better than we thought. This league changes so fast. 2 years ago, Miami is scoring 70 in an NFL game. Last year, the Broncos are expected to be dog water. They're back in the playoffs. This year, the Colts are not expected to be good, and they look solid. They look solid. Biggest blowout in the NFL, and we're just proceeding with caution, Will. We're trying to be responsible.
Well, tell me, why are you so confident? Like, what did you see on Sunday with the Denver Broncos, specifically with the offense, where it's like, hey, we're going to go in there week 2 and we're going to handle business?
Well, I saw enough of Daniel Jones over the last 4 years being shoved down our throats because that's what the NFC East is, right? Giants, Cowboys, Commanders, over and over and over and over again. We watched Daniel Jones play 12 times the last 4 years. The guy stinks. Well, they're going to beat him up.
What I'm saying is, I'm just trying to be responsible. You're on the Broncos motorcycle going 150 with no helmet on. It's just a little bit irresponsible. All right. The Giants have been a dumpster fire and dysfunctional, just like the Jets. And we have seen quarterbacks quite a bit here in recent years revive their career after a little bit of quarterback rehab. And Daniel Jones, didn't he finish the season with the Niners last year? Is that right?
Vikings.
Oh, Vikings.
Yeah.
But that's another rehab spot there under Kevin O'Connell. So
Sam Darnold had his rehab, ended up having a really good year. Mac Jones may end up doing that for himself because now he's starting because Brock Purdy is dealing with something with his shoulder. So maybe Daniel Jones could do what Sam Darnold did. And Mac Jones does what Sam Darnold did, and maybe Daniel Jones is trying to do the exact same thing.
Yeah, so definitely not, and I understand you're busting our chops a little bit, but definitely not fear-mongering, but trying to frame it appropriately. And the odds makers, they don't care about what Scrappy Will says or Zach or Phil or this show or this station or this state. They don't care. It's less than 2 points. It's the first road game. Broncos couldn't get their plays in on time at home. Now they're going to be in Lucas Oil with 70,000 people. I Will, hear me. I already said I'm picking the Broncos. I said you could fast forward to the end of tomorrow's show. I'm picking the Broncos. But, man, don't assume in the NFL because the moment you think you had that league figured out, William, it will humble you.
Okay. All right. I just, quite frankly, I think Cam Ward's a better quarterback than Daniel Jones. And
he might be.
Yeah, they made his life awful. And I think they're going to do the same thing to Daniel Jones on Sunday.
You might be right, but that still doesn't talk about
right.
the Broncos offense.
But if they win 20-3, then I can still take victory laps on you guys. That's still a butt whooping.
Where are you taking victory laps? We want the Broncos to win.
I was going to say,
but you two are so scared of the Colts. It's been 2 days
We're not
in a
scared.
row.
We're not scared. We're trying to proceed with caution. We're trying to be real. It was the biggest blowout in the league last year.
Every time
last
I turn
week.
on the station, it's, oh my gosh, they kicked the snot out of Miami. The Broncos are in trouble.
Will, it's
Nobody
the NFL.
said the Broncos were in trouble. Yes.
No,
The
yeah,
Colts
no
kicked
one
the
said that.
snot
Yeah, I was gonna say
out
don't
of
misrepresent.
Miami. But like we are doing our show. We are making sure we give everybody the details. You want to leave out details. That's the issue with society.
I like
give
details,
the facts.
but the details are the Dolphins are the worst team in the NFL.
We don't know
We've
that.
seen
Tossing
a
that
game.
out.
We've seen a game. We've seen a game. Okay, we've seen a game. So we're gonna step aside. We're working with.
I'll be with Marcello tomorrow night. Looking forward to it.
Okay.
The orange glasses are on. I can't wait to hear.
And the pom-poms are about to come out with Will Peterson. Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
After grinding out a win against the Titans, will Sean Payton get his offense back on track? Will Vance Joseph slow down a surprisingly hot start from Daniel Jones? We'll break it all down on the Fan Football Pregame Show, live on game day starting at noon. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I do.
Everyone does. But even the best deal in the market becomes high if rates fall in the future. So now what? Go through all the expense again? No. Just go to U.S. Mortgages and get our trademarked lowest rate for life product. It allows you to get your savings today and lock in at below market rates like our 4.75 5-year fixed that has a 5.89 APR.
Wait, 4.75% 5 years fixed?
Yes, and even if the market does improve further, great. We redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee, and there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. So stop waiting for rates to get better and wasting money. Lock in your savings now and know you're 100% protected with lowest rate for life. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com. Rate must be locked by 9/16.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Your life can go from healthy and happy to hopeless in an instant. When a serious accident hits you with injuries, too many bills, and no way of caring for your family, it's time to strike back. Let Berg Simpson's team of experienced personal injury lawyers fight to get you the money you need and deserve.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
Your roof's the single most important part of